Wondery Plus subscribers can listen to Crime and Sports early and ad-free right now. Join Wondery Plus in the Wondery app or on Apple Podcasts.
In the depths of an Atlanta forest, a clash between activists and authorities ends in tragedy. I'm Matthew Scher, and on my new podcast, We Came to the Forest, we expose the hidden truths behind a shootout that left one activist dead and countless lives forever changed. Binge all episodes of We Came to the Forest ad-free on Wondery Plus.
Everybody, and welcome back to Crime and Sports.
Yay!
Yay indeed, Jimmy. Yay indeed. My name is James Pietragallo. I'm here with my co-host.
I'm Jimmie Whisman.
Thank you, folks, so much for joining us today on part 2 of the Conor McGregor saga, and we will finish him out today. And what is it with lately? We do an episode, we record it, and then immediately the person does something stupid again. It's
a goddamn curse.
Gervonta Davis, 2 days after the episode came out, he gets arrested again for God knows what. I know it was a violation of his house arrest thing, but who knows what he was doing to get violated to do. And then Conor McGregor had quite the weekend at the NBA Finals. Right before we recorded. So, and
then again,
and then more after that.
More. Who knows what it is? We don't know. But it's bad.
It's back. So let's get right into Conor McGregor in a minute. Before we do that, though, shutupandgivememurder.com will get you tickets for live shows. August the 12th, we're in Chicago. It's all summer before that. All the July shows are sold out. Minneapolis right after Chicago sold out. But Chicago, tickets available. So it will be our biggest show. Show up. Right. We're doing a Chicago-only show. Hey. So a live show that we're going to do nowhere else except Chicago. So get in there and get your tickets to that. And all the rest of the shows, Dallas, D.C., Philly, Charlotte, Atlanta. Get in there right now. The rest are sold out. Shutupandgivememurder.com. You definitely want Patreon. I'll tell you that right now. Patreon.com/crime and sports is where you get all the bonus materials. Anybody who's $5 or above, you get the whole back catalog. First of all, a couple hundred episodes to binge of bonus stuff. And then new episodes every other week. You get 2 new ones. And I'll tell you this. Listen. We're not big horn tooters of our own horns. We like to make fun of ourselves and shit like that. I will say this. You will be happy with the Patreon.
Absolutely.
We don't like to take people's money. We make sure you get your money's worth, and you get way more than your money's worth for a cup of coffee cost. You're going to get lots of good stuff. This week, what you're going to get, and you get access to everything. For Crime and Sports, we're going to talk about players who like to pay for sex. And this is a fun one because it's a lot of fun, just fun busts of people getting, obviously in an embarrassing situation that they would not like to be on the front page of the newspaper. And it always is, and it's hilarious. Yeah. And then for Small Town Murder, we're going to talk about Casey Anthony. It's time. It's time to suss out all the lies and speak of maybe the biggest liar who's ever breathed air on this earth, possibly. Nothing she says is true, and it's amazing.
It's amazing.
I've done so much research. It's just disturbing how much research I've done on this. She's never told the truth.
Why?
Everything's a lie. Everything's a lie. We'll talk all about that. Patreon.com/crime and sports, and you get a shout out at the end of the show where Jimmie will absolutely mispronounce your name, but with gusto. Because he'll try to get it right. That's the thing. That said, let's get right into this.
Okay.
Conor. Let's do this. Notorious is a great nickname for him because it's actually very factual here. So where we left off in 2018 where he threw shit through a bus window. That was the last. That was the last
being
week.
Sued by other fighters because he's costing them money now.
Yeah, it was a huge mess. He ended up pleading guilty. We talked about to disorderly conduct and all sorts of shit. And it doesn't affect anything basically. No jail time. Doesn't have to. No travel stuff. He got nothing for it. But what he did do was pump up the wanting for a fight with Khabib there, who he threw the shit at. So Nurmagomedov, whatever the fuck here.
Khabib's fine.
Khabib, yes. Khabib, I really hope you don't become a patron because Jimmie's head will melt if he tries to pronounce your fucking name on the fly. If it's mixed between like Paul Johnson and something else, he's going to explode. So on this day, August 3rd, 2018, he's ready to fight UFC again.
Okay.
He's going to fight Khabib because, like I said, they've done quite a lot of promotion. Yeah. He's gotten arrested to promote this fight, so why not?
He's fighting buses for this fight.
That's it. Dana White said, the fight is done. October, Las Vegas. It's on, ladies and gentlemen. So Here we go. It's going to be his... Is
that the preview of him and his wife? Or
well, we'll see. We'll get into all that. He's got to get there eventually.
Yeah.
So, Conor, this is his first UFC fight for about 2 years. Since he's done the whole Floyd Mayweather thing and, made more money doing that than he'll ever make the entire history of, and he could fight till he's 90. He'll never make that much money in UFC for what he made during that fight. And it's supposed to happen then. October 5th, 2018, though, Conor calls the Khabib's manager a fucking snitch terrorist rat, which is quite something. And
I don't know about that middle one. That one feels a little racist.
Brought up the 9/11 attacks and everything.
Oh my
God.
That's Conor.
Conor's a bit of a dick here. Yeah, he said, obviously he's a shit talker anyway, but he said, I can go into heavy detail and I will, Conor McGregor says. Quote, he was pulled off a flight from Cairo, Egypt to New York City on September 11, 2001. Conor.
Oh my God.
Conor, my head hurts already.
Everybody was.
Whenever someone says, let me tell you something, sir, on to this date of 2001, and this person starts doing that, or they say the word document, I'm checked the fuck out, and I'm done with you at that point.
Yeah.
I'm done with you. I'm sorry. That reminds me, by the way, very quickly here, listeners, beloved listeners, we love you. We really do. We love you, and, we always want to hear from you. Feel free to send us messages and send us DMs and do all the shit that people do. Please, for the love of God, stop sending weird conspiracy theories and political shit that has nothing to do with anything we talk about. I swear to God, there's only a few of you out there, but you gotta stop with this shit. We throw it right away. We don't care. We don't read it. We don't read it. We don't care about that shit. If it's something that has something to do with something we talked about, and it's like, oh, this was said, okay, that's relevant. That's fine. I'll look at it anyway.
Yeah.
But if we talk about nothing and you send us a 3-page missive with links and all this crazy shit, links to places that aren't news, by the way,
that I'm not reading. I don't want that virus in my computer.
Link to a blog about a thing about a guy. I'm not about some insane shit. I'm not reading it. And it happens so often, you wouldn't even fucking believe it. Yeah. Guys, you don't blah, 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 blah. It's crazy. So please stop doing that. Speaking of crazy conspiracy people, for the 3 people out there that do it, I swear to God.
Stop comparing every word that you're offended by to the N-word. No, it's not.
And it's not. None of them That's the other thing. Yeah. It's
none of them are.
Rapper Noid once said, don't take it personal. If it ain't about you, it don't apply. Let it fly. You ever hear that?
It's solid. Solid advice.
That is great advice for everybody. Now, Rapper Noid he would shoot you, obviously. He was a very...
kind of a bad guy.
He was known for being shot and shooting, and he recorded his album on he was on bail for a day and a half before he had to go to prison, shit like that. But
just because he's a bad guy doesn't mean he's always wrong. Sometimes he's wrong.
And he's never once sent us a long conspiracy theory. Right. So you know what? I'm going with him. I'm going with the Queensbridge's own Rapper Noid on this one. So anyway, yes, he quote, he was caught with 5 passports in his possession. He turned informant and turned on the people that he was working with. I don't even know how that man is in this fucking country.
What the fuck?
I mean, quote, I'm sure everyone here, the Irish people, because this is, I think, in Ireland, are facing all this immigration stuff on the way over. My own people are facing it. My family getting stopped at the airport. And then you've got this man with such a crazy background, Ali Abdelaziz, and he's rocking around free. It begs belief, to be honest. So he literally is
called a man
Then he called him
a
terrorist snitch, and he said, I know a lot about you as well, you mad rat, he said to the guy. So,
okay.
He's referring to, apparently, reports that this manager worked as a counterterrorism informant. Apparently, he was mentioned, the Abdelaziz guy was mentioned in a 2013 book called Enemies Within, inside the NYPD's secret spying unit and bin Laden's final plot against America. Now, the book's authors claim that the New York Police Department recruited this Abdelaziz to, quote, work as a mole within a Virginia-based arm of a group called Muslims of America. The FBI suspected that Abdelaziz was a double agent, and the government tried to deport him, according to the book. So, there was a book about...
So they recruited him for some information, probably in the early stages of when anybody that had 3-word names like that scared them.
We have no idea who did what with him. That's the thing. That deep of intelligence and all, we have no clue who he is, what he did, good, bad, and different. We have no goddamn idea about that shit. And you know who has even less of an idea about it, probably? Conor fucking McGregor. So
I imagine if a 3-letter agency was very well aware of him, they're very well aware of him.
I don't think they need Conor.
Probably checked out.
Yeah, I don't think they need Conor to, through ESPN to get on a soapbox about the whole thing.
National security tips.
Yeah, well, that's who usually handles our national security, Conor McGregor, right? I feel like he's a high ranker. Yeah, at a weigh-in, he's going to give the state of intelligence. And wow. And now they asked Abdelaziz if he was offended by McGregor calling him a terrorist. Does that offend you at all, being called a terrorist on television?
Does it offend you that he's saying you're working to overthrow the U.S.?
No, it burned to the ground. He said, quote, I don't care. He can call me anything. I don't give a fuck. It doesn't offend me one fucking bit because at the end of the day, he's not fighting me. He's fighting Khabib.
Great point.
So that's he gives a professional response is what that is. But Conor's trying to drum up some interest and, wild, crazy accusations. As long as people go, did you hear that crazy shit Conor McGregor said? That's more buys, and he knows it. So he's doing his job.
The other point is, on September 11th, every single person that was on a plane was pulled off of a plane.
Everybody was pulled off of. That's the thing. If he was coming here, their plane was not going to go. Everyone on that plane was pulled off. They didn't go, the rest of you go on to New York. You have to stay. Right. There was no planes in or out. It was just stopped. So October 6, 2018, he fights Khabib the Eagle Nurmagomedov. He's 26-0 coming into this fight.
Wow.
So this is a bad, bad man here that Conor has chosen to throw things at and talk shit about his manager. So this fight goes all the way into the 4th round. We're 3 minutes and 3 seconds in with what they're calling here on SureDog, I believe, a neck crank. That's the move. I don't know that one.
I guess that's where you climb on him and just twist the neck till they say no more.
Twist his neck till his head almost pops off. That's a strange. Okay.
That's a solid street
it seems like
move.
It would work. Yeah. Your head's about to pop off. You'll probably give up. Yeah. So this is a submission loss for Conor. Conor has to give here to old Khabib.
Got his neck cranked.
Got his neck cranked on. Old Conor, who's a terrorist now as he cranks on his neck. Maybe he wasn't cranking on his neck. He was just like facing his face toward Ali, and he was like, tell him you're sorry. Tell him you're sorry. It's like, no, I won't do it. And he kept cranking his neck till he gave. So a brawl, of course, ensues after this, though. Obviously, they can't just this can't be normal. I guess there was all sorts of shit happened after the bell. McGregor walked forward with his hands low to start fighting. I guess stalking toward the center. I guess he tried to kick, and then tried to kick him, and then Khabib came at him, and then McGregor was on him, and then they were wrestling, basically. They started grappling afterwards.
McGregor, Khabib, too.
Yeah, and then Khabib wouldn't let go. He had a single leg that he was holding on to. He wouldn't let go, and they were on the ground, and everybody was, around them was swarming. Yeah. So it was a lot. So obviously they just kind of let them do it too for a while. Okay. So it's kind of it wasn't really
ridiculous.
A bit of a ridiculous mess here. So he the fight itself, I mean, it seems like it was a good
good bout.
A good bout anyway. People were were satisfied with it. It went back and forth a lot, and it was I don't know much about it, but it seems like, from what I'm reading, it seems like everybody was excited by a good that went some distance, and it was a back and forth, and it was an actual who's going to win this type of thing. So, I guess that's good. But Las Vegas police officers and T-Mobile Arena security gained control of afterwards. Both fighters were escorted from the floor as there was a lot going on here. One of McGregor's guys pissed off Khabib after the fight, and there was a huge brawl between the two teams, inside and outside of the cage, between Khabib and McGregor's corners. And Khabib leaped the cage to go after McGregor's cornerman, one of his cornermen. So that's what ended up happening there.
It got real rowdy.
Yeah, the other thing with them, that was one of the rounds that they were fighting with Conor. That wasn't after the fight. It was mainly the sidemen and Khabib going after cornermen and people like that. So a bit of a fucking mess. Now, October 7th, the very next day, there's an article on Conor's girlfriend. And it's from the Mirror UK, and it's Meet Conor's Girlfriend. Who is Conor McGregor's girlfriend? Everything you need to know about Dee Devlin. Oh, boy. They've been together more than 9 years.
Oh.
Yeah, so before all this happened. And they have a child, and they're expecting another one at this point.
Jesus Christ.
They have had a son, Jimmy.
Yeah.
His name?
Mufasa.
Conor McGregor Jr., of course. Of course it's a junior. Jesus Christ, Conor.
Oh, why would he not?
Wow. That, I swear to God, this is one social experiment or whatever that we have discovered that no one else figured out before.
This is a new one.
The junior theorem, I believe, is where if there's sports
We've been
involved,
screaming about it for 7 years. For Christ's sake.
No one's listening, is what we're saying. There's nobody. I don't know who would hear this that could make a difference in this, but they keep doing it. Athletes, stop naming your kids after yourself. Just stop. And if you're a junior, lose it. Just stop calling yourself that. You'll have a better chance of staying out of prison. So they're now, as of 2018, expecting their second child, which I'm sure he'll name Conor Jr. with his fucking ego.
Conor do.
But they're not married at all or anything like that. They're just together. Devlin is
babies.
Yep, Devlin is also, she's from Dublin, and she's also very, very Irish. And he said that he's thankful that she has stuck by him through all this bullshit. He said, quote, "My girlfriend worked very hard throughout the years and stuck by me when I essentially had absolutely nothing. I only had a dream, and I was telling her. For me to be able to take her out of work, give her everything she's ever wanted, and to travel the world with her fills me with pride. It keeps me going." So they've been going on. Conor said, "Dee will tell you the exact dates. We've been together a long time. She's been through it with me. She's been through it all with me. I've been hitting the head a lot, so ask her about exact dates."
I'm not sure about dates. Those escape me.
I remember, big things, but not as when it happened. Just a general, that was what, early 2000s? Things like that, I know, but
she's got the rest of it.
Dates escape me. So she, after he had won in 2015, she had posted on Instagram a big tribute to her, saying, "To say that I'm proud is a major understatement. I'm so on cloud nine right now, I can't even put it into words. Thank you to every single person who made the trip to Vegas to support Conor last night, and to all the fans who at home had a big part to play in making this event so special. Hours upon hours, blah, blah, blah. I'm so grateful right now. It's overwhelming. We did it, babe.
We did it.
I love you more than anything." So, yep, he talks about how he loves her so much. He likes to spoil her. He likes to buy her $20,000 watches, things like that. Oh, yeah.
Girls love watches.
Yeah, they do. Well, some girls love watches, I guess.
Watches are a girl's best friend.
Yeah. Some women like watches, though.
Do they?
Yeah. That's the thing. Especially a few years ago, there was quite the trend of men's watches on women, or men's looking watches on women, and a lot of women like like a Rolex or something like that.
That's big, fat, expensive watches, huh?
Yeah, and plus we don't know what the style is in Ireland either.
That's a good point.
So we have no idea. This was a $20,000 Cartier watch, so it might have been a little delicate women's watch too. We have no fucking idea here. So doesn't matter. She's very excited with being bought watches, and he's very excited to buy her watches. She said she knew he would succeed. She said he's always been super confident. We always knew this was going to happen. It was nearly like we were predicting the future, or just going with it, and if it didn't work, then you would have been fine.
If it didn't work, who's your next guy?
That's what I mean. What?
Yeah.
For all the fighters who tried and it didn't work, for all the guys who were 0-3 careers and everything like that, they didn't predict the future. What and if they were successful, did they predict the future then?
I'm sure they had some confidence too. And confidence also doubles as arrogance, so you never know.
Which I guess you need some of, but.
For sure.
She said it was weird. It's weird for me to say, but we just always knew he was going to get to this level. And every few months, it just keeps going and going and going, and the sky is the limit. Well,
take it easy.
We have hit the atmosphere at this point, honey. So she quit her job to be able to travel more, which is understandable.
I mean, he's got Floyd Mayweather fight money.
That's
you
what
can
I mean.
Quit your job.
He's got dough. So he hired her as an official member of his team, so he can give her a paycheck as a write-off there. On his job, he said, quote, "She does not work anymore. I hired her to the business. She works for me now and collects the checks." So he just put her on the payroll, and that's all. So he said she also helps him train as well. She posted a photo on Twitter and said, quote, 1 a.m. in Vegas, and the Notorious is climbing ropes and pushing prowlers in a car park. I think he was cars, maybe. I don't know what the fuck he's doing.
Pushing Plymouths around?
Pushing fucking Plymouths that nobody bought. Where are they getting multiple prowlers? How many of those are left on the road? How many of those have you ever seen on the road? And in Phoenix, there's a lot of weird cars. No, one, because Luis Gonzalez had one.
Yeah, I've seen one driving. Yeah,
but I worked for the Diamondbacks. He used to drive it all the time to the stadium. I'd see him
in 2003 was the last time I saw one on the road.
Yeah, when Luis Gonzalez stopped being there, pretty much was when I'd stop, because he was the guy who had it. That was his prowler you saw.
Yeah, he did drive one.
No one else fucking has one, I don't think. So, and Phoenix has weird cars all the time.
There's a businessman with a garage full of them somewhere in Scottsdale that has 2 or 3 of them that nobody cares about.
No one.
He thought they were going to be the shit.
It's like these are going to be it's going to be like having a fucking.
Look, it looks like it has a Gomez Adams mustache. This is a cool car. It's
going to be pretty much like a '68 Camaro, I feel like, in the future. That's what this is going to be like. So
real desirable.
Conor says his whole career would be much different if it wasn't for his girlfriend here.
Without Devlin.
Yep. He said, quote, "My girlfriend's been there since the start. She has helped me throughout this career. If it wasn't for her, I probably wouldn't be where I am today." Okay. That's right. He says that in 2013, he said that he decided that behind every great man is a greater woman, he said. "Ever since I started in this game, she supported me. She'd drive me to the gym and she'd listen to all my dreams. I wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for her. I'm doing this all for her." Also, she probably paid your bills, I assume.
At the beginning, there probably wasn't much.
There wasn't much, and she was probably buying you your, a fucking bucket full of potatoes that you'd eat, like hand fruits and chicken breasts and shit.
Yeah.
She's always found, right by the cage there. She said at one point, quote, "I find I'm more nervous now. The first time I went to see Conor fight, there were 50 people in the room, and I just thought there's no way you can be more nervous than this. But each time it's getting more and more nerve-wracking." Well, yeah, because it could cost you a lot of money if he loses now.
Right. Now your mortgage relies on it.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Yeah, this is a little more, it's a little more difficult now.
Yeah, especially watching someone you care about getting in the ring. It definitely gets me in the gut, I have to say. Well, yeah, you should care about them not being concussed as well. That would help. So now, October 8th, the 6th was the fight. On the 5th, he called dude a terrorist. On the 6th, he had the fight. On the 7th, it's all about his girlfriend. And on the 8th, Khabib's manager now says that Conor's a horrible human being. Now he's ready to talk shit about him.
Is that number 2?
He blamed Conor for sparking the whole chaos at the end of the fight, called him a horrible human being.
Okay.
Said he was terrible. He said, quote, "You can't bite a dog and not expect to be bitten." Well, why the hell would you bite a dog? That would be... If you wanted to go into combat against a dog, your greatest weapon wouldn't be your teeth. That's not what we.
You don't want to get that close.
No, biting a dog is really getting down into his territory at that point. You should use your feet and stay back. Not that you should be kicking or attacking dogs, but what I'm saying is, if you were having Mortal Kombat with a dog, don't try biting it first.
If you're having Mortal Kombat with a dog, don't start it.
No, don't start. If it's trying to eat you, don't go, I'll bite you, motherfucker. That's not the right approach, is what we're saying. Use your legs and your distance and your height. So you can't bite a dog and not expect to be bitten. You can't play with fire and not expect to be burned. I want to hear more. More idioms, please. This man, Conor McGregor, is not a good guy.
Uh-huh.
Well, he's not a good guy. That's rough.
Can't jump in a frozen lake and not get frostbite.
That's right. You can't dip your dick in an old Las Vegas strip prostitute and not get gonorrhea. You can't. See, there's a lot of different things. You can't put your boat in the water, not get wet.
Yeah.
You know.
You can't climb in a honeycomb and not get stung.
Or at least sticky. I love how he gave Ali Abdelaziz a fucking southern accent. We gave him like a.
Well, he's saying dumb shit.
He's saying dumb, like folksy shit, like you'd expect. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. That sounds like he started it with "I'll tell you what."
You can't eat good barbecue and not get full.
I know. Yeah, that's right. So he does admit that Khabib shouldn't have jumped over the octagon cage to attack the crowd. Well, yeah, sure. That's probably a no-no usually. That's solid. Yeah, but says he has zero respect for Conor McGregor. He says his team, his whole entourage, zero.
Yeah.
These guys, they demand respect, but you have to earn respect. How are you going to earn respect when you talk crazy about people's family, religion, and countries? Okay, fair enough. They said, so this guy, though, Khabib apologized also for sparking the whole deal. He said he wondered why people were questioning him. He said, quote, I understand how people can talk about I jump on cage. Understand how people can talk about I jump on cage.
Yeah.
He talk about my religion.
Yeah.
He talk about my country. He talk about my father.
Okay.
Yeah. He come to Brooklyn and he broke bus.
Yeah,
he broke bus, Jimmie.
He did. Yeah.
When you broke bus, you have to expect consequences. You can't break bus and not get punched. You know what I mean?
The man fought a bus to get to you. That's respect, right?
That's something. He almost kill a couple people. Worry about this shit. That's a great quote. I love that. That's wonderful.
Nothing better than broken English. It's my favorite.
He continues, why people talk about I jump on cage?
Well,
this is asinine. First of all.
Wait, what?
I implore you. No, that's me talking as him.
Oh, all right.
I implore you, ladies and gentlemen of the assembled media, please hear the words and heed my statements. Why people still talk about this? I understand. I hear you, man. I get it. I feel him.
Yeah. Yeah.
My California, 7 years.
What?
I don't know what that means. My California, 7 years. He sounds like he really wants to get something out. Like
he's really frustrated.
If my English was if my whatever country I'm in and I wasn't that good at, I would definitely get a translator and have the statement written down and then be like, what the fuck that says? Because I don't want to say my California 7 years. Then again, like I said, I don't speak any other languages, so this is at least he knows those are all English words. My California 7 years are all English words. So good for him.
Not doing bad. Yeah.
Everybody know who I am. All my friends, everybody know me. They know who I am.
All my friends know me.
All my friends, everyone who know me, they know who I am. Okay. So McGregor, instead, he tweeted, we lost the match but won the battle. The war goes on. No, you lost the match.
Right. That's the battle, isn't it?
You lost the match. You fought a fight and lost it. That's it. So.
He was hip-hop's biggest mogul, the man who redefined fame, fortune, and the music industry.
The first male rapper to be honored on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Sean Diddy Combs.
Diddy built an empire and lived a life most people only dream about.
Everybody know ain't no party like a Diddy party, so.
Yeah, that's what's up.
But just as quickly as his empire rose, it came crashing down.
Today I'm announcing the unsealing of a 3-count indictment, charging Sean Combs with racketeering conspiracy, sex trafficking, interstate transportation for prostitution.
I was up. I hit rock bottom, but I make no excuses. I'm disgusted. I'm so sorry.
Until you're wearing an orange jumpsuit, it's not real. Now it's real.
From his meteoric rise to his shocking fall from grace, from law and crime, this is the rise and fall of Diddy. Listen to the rise and fall of Diddy exclusively with Wondery Plus.
In the 1980s, a rosé swept the country.
Hey, Mike, I really like this White Zinfandel.
Well, good. Now put it down. We're going to try another one.
White Zin became America's top-selling wine. But most don't know that this sweet drink has a sour history. What began in 1986 with counterfeit bottles.
A big fraud, a multi-million-dollar fraud.
Sent investigators chasing one of the most powerful families in the business, the Licciardis. But the closer the feds got to them, the more dangerous things became. It's a story of deceit.
At the time, I was paranoid.
Threats.
You touch my kids, I will kill you.
And murder.
With a .22 caliber bullet to the head.
What started with a scheme to mislabel wine spilled into a blood-soaked battle for succession. Welcome to Bloodvines. You can binge listen to Bloodvines exclusively and ad-free on Wondery Plus. Join Wondery Plus in the Wondery app, Apple Podcasts, or Spotify.
So
that's the battle.
Wow. Now, Khabib hasn't been paid yet because officials say a full investigation of the aftermath has to take place first, obviously. Now, I don't know. This, between Conor McGregor and the bus and all this type of shit, I feel like it's kind of a...
Was anybody assaulted?
There was a lot of fighting, on the floor.
Yeah, but I mean, outside the ring.
Oh, yeah.
Was anybody that had nothing to do with this assaulted?
I mean, Khabib jumped off a cage onto a crowd of people, so I feel like that's probably...
I mean, if somebody was injured or took a punch from a real fighter, then let's discuss what you're being paid. But
otherwise, what are we trying to say? It's fucking besmirching the dignity of the UFC. Right. Honestly, is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
It's
your
two
owner
guys.
hits women. Fuck off.
Your owner hits women. It's two guys in fucking their underwear, dry humping each other, punching each other in the face, which is fine. There is skill, and I'm not saying it's not, but I'm saying
there's a move called neck cranking. It has no dignity.
The dignity of it is that's I thought that was the attractiveness of it. There is no dignity here. This is a down and dirty. I'm serious. I thought that was the attractiveness of it. Is this is like down and dirty. These guys are going in there with the small little gloves and beating the shit out of each other and trying to neck crank each other. So,
and punching people while they're on the ground. Like you're doing literal bitch moves.
Yeah.
That's the draw.
In front of an audience in the arena of 80% wife beaters. So what do you fucking want anyway? Like the dignity of what? What are we talking about?
Yeah. The amount of arrests that are in this building are way too numerous to really bother with. So what are we doing with dignity?
That's the announcement I want to hear. The air is thick with domestic violence, folks.
Welcome to Friday Night Fights.
Welcome to Friday Night Fights. I'm not saying that everyone watches that as a wife beater. I'm just saying that the people who are like, I'm going to the fucking arena. I need to feel the energy, bro. Like I'm sorry.
Yeah, the palpable DV is too much.
Yeah. You use the back of your hand for a lot of purposes. So the pay-per-view was one of UFC's highest draws in history because they had a storyline there. It brought 20,034 people to the T-Mobile Arena in Vegas.
Wow.
And drew from ticket sales $17.2 million.
Oh, my God.
That's not counting pay-per-view. UFC.
And that's also not counting StubHub.
That's all that shit, yeah.
The amount of money that was generated is insane.
It's crazy. Dana White said, the biggest night ever, and I couldn't be more disappointed because of the after-fight brawl. Okay. Yeah. That's then Conor McGregor said, good knock, looking forward to the rematch, is what he said there. So November 13th, 2018, he decides, you know what? I should branch out.
Yeah.
I should branch out. Fighting is fine, but I should really produce a whiskey.
Yeah.
Because, I mean...
Fighting's not forever.
It's not forever. And 2018 was ahead of the curve, or kind of right at the right time for celebrity liquor brands.
Right.
Think about how many celebrity liquor brands there are out there that they then sold to a conglomerate and made a fucking $300 million on. Who the fuck sold their vodka or tequila? Made like $700 million on it. Some movie star.
George Clooney has made $1 billion on tequila alone.
More than he's made with movies.
All movies combined, he's made
mean.
more money on tequila in the last like 5 to 10 years. It's bananas what money.
It's happened to a few different people.
P. Diddy makes that shit Ciroc, that garbage-ass vodka. He's made more money from that than music. These guys...
More money from that than having his famous rappers murdered in the street, which is saying something.
More money from that than being a producer dancing all up in the video.
All up in the video. My favorite moment in history is still when they were... I think it's MTV Awards or some shit when they're doing, we've talked about this before, when they got Faith Hill out there and they're doing the whole I'll be missing you thing. It was right after Biggie died and shit. And then out of nowhere, Puffy comes out doing that crazy fucking like spider dance he does and shit. It's like, what are you doing? This is like a somber moment. And he's like,
your best friend's dead, dog.
Fucking bouncing around. You have to see the dance to know why Jimmy's laughing. But he's like doing this fucking crazy dance with his knees all up in the air. You're like, what the fuck are you doing?
You're
Walk
supposed
out.
to be crying, man.
Yeah. Jesus, have some reverence here. What the
Why
fuck
are you
we
so
doing?
happy? Is it because you're fucking about to be so rich?
You dance for joy. You don't dance in sadness, do you? I've never seen a sadness dance. Is that a thing? This is my sadness dance, yo, and he's got his knees lifting up.
Holy fuck.
I'll do this shit. I'll do this shit while Sting sings.
Yeah.
So McGregor said he's developing, he didn't take any time off his schedule, but he's developing his proper number 12, which is the Irish whiskey that he launches here. He said, I was in training, I was fighting, I had a kid, but I'm a perfectionist. I don't do anything half-assed.
Okay.
That's right.
Wow. I believe he sold that shit, too.
I'm sure he did. That's why you make it. You don't make it to run a liquor company for the rest of your life. You think Ryan Reynolds bought Mint Mobile so he could run a fucking phone company? No, he just sold it for $800 million. That's what
really? He didn't do it to make commercials with his mom?
Weird, right? With just people, cheap commercials. Yeah. No, he still does the commercials even though he sold it. Stop lying to us, Ryan Reynolds. Stop it. You full of shit, motherfucker. Stop.
Get back to your fucking soccer team, you son of a bitch.
You made the money. Move on. Now, it's not a cute little thing anymore. You sold it. So
I think Wrexham won, too. That son of a bitch.
Oh, you bastard. So
I
think he did, too. Yeah.
There's nothing humbling in his life at all.
No, steps in it left and right.
Everything's a success.
Yeah. He needs like one of these celebrity car accidents is what he needs. Just to, I don't want him to get hurt, just to bring him down to earth to tell him, Billy Joel drunk or, Stephen King getting hit by a car on a bicycle.
More Billy Joel than Paul Walker.
I was going to say, let's not go as far as Paul Walker. We're not talking fiery death, just enough where he goes, oh man, life is fragile. Okay. Wow. Whoof. Just one of those. Just want to give him a whoof because it's all going too well at this point.
Everything in his life is just fucking magical.
Son of a bitch bastard. Swear to God.
And nobody hates him. Nobody.
No.
I love him too. I don't know the guy, but do I want to be
I hope he was molested as a kid or something. I hope he's got some dark memory because otherwise
at least the fucking horrible sleep patterns that I have.
Because otherwise when he lays down in bed at night, he looks at the ceiling and he goes, the world's a great place. And he just lays there and he thinks of like birds chirping and all sorts of nice shit. And then he falls asleep with like one of those sleep caps on and he goes, like a cartoon.
I want him to hate sleep because when he goes to sleep, he doesn't get to be Ryan Reynolds anymore.
Yeah.
For 8 hours a day, he has to be just a dude that's asleep.
Just singing These Dreams by heart because he's so sad about it.
I want him to hate sleeping.
Oh man. So he's getting positive reviews for his whiskey, including Oh yeah, Tesco put signs in their displays limiting the amount you're allowed to buy due to bottles selling out too quickly. over there.
Really?
Yep, they all wanted the Conor McGregor shit. Well, I mean, it's Ireland. In Ireland, if you mix Conor McGregor, who's their kind of most famous son at this point,
right,
with selling, it's not like he's selling something. It's not like he's trying to sell them kale. He's selling.
He's selling you JMO.
He's selling whiskey to the Irish. Let's be realistic here. Like,
you guys got 7,000 songs about whiskey.
Yeah, I mean, it's not exactly. Selling what's that fucking movie where it's I can sell a ketchup popsicle to a woman wearing white gloves. What movie is that? Some 80s movie.
Is that Back to School?
It might be a ketchup popsicle. Yeah, there's something, but it's not exactly that, is what we're saying here. Yeah. It's definitely a decent sell. He says, quote, I wasn't going to sacrifice the quality of proper number 12 to check it off the bucket list. This project means way more to me than that. That's right. Oh, yeah. It's way more. Yeah. So this article talks about how a sample was sent to their office, and they said, we liked it. What made you decide to go into whiskey? Conor says, glad to hear you loved it. I call it liquid gold. I mean, Conor, you're making the jokes yourself here, buddy.
We had a question that you just sidestepped entirely, and
My
you just
God.
enjoyed the part where we complimented you.
And then dove headfirst into your stereotype. That's fun, too. I like that. The decision to make my own Irish whiskey was very natural, almost inevitable. I've always loved Irish whiskey. No.
Oh, is that right?
No. I don't believe you at all.
With the word Irish on it, you adore it.
Yeah, and it's booze, and you're Irish. So there you go. I'm an Irishman after all. Yeah, that's what I mean. I love that. Yeah, understand that's true. Yeah. You get me some fucking fat 55-year-old Italian guy eating a loaf of bread, and I'll go, yeah, that's because that's what we do.
Right.
It's the same thing.
They do that, yeah.
My late grandfather played a huge role in my taste for Irish whiskey. It was under his tutelage I began to study and truly appreciate whiskey. That's a difference between Ireland and the United States, though, because if you learned whiskey under your grandfather in the United States,
that's not good.
It means he has 9 DUIs and probably stuck his finger in your butt. That's what it means here. And it was cheap whiskey. It wasn't.
And he died of cirrhosis pre his 60s.
And he wasn't teaching you about the properties of whiskey. He was drinking it from a plastic bottle that he bought at Walgreens. That's frightening.
Yeah. You hate the smell of whiskey.
Yeah, you hate it now. So he said, over the years, I've been approached by many Irish whiskey brands asking me to endorse their product. I have nothing against endorsement deals. I have several with brands and products I believe in. That is no secret. However, something about simply endorsing an Irish whiskey didn't feel right to me. I wanted to create my own. I wanted to do it my way, and I wanted to do it right from start to finish. I love Ireland, its land, and its people. I was born here. I will raise my children here, and I will die here. I'll get arrested all over the globe, but I'll die here. I wanted to make an Irish whiskey emblematic of our culture as a whole, something that would make my people proud.
Okay.
So that's what he's done. And they said proper number 12 has sold more than most brands sell in a full year in the first 2 weeks on the market. It's also selling out all over the place. To what do you attribute this success? I'm sure he has a very humble
Men
response.
in white Oakleys. That's what I attribute it to.
Men in white Oakleys and the fact that Irish people like whiskey and they like me together. If you put those things together, it's pretty good.
I attribute it to it probably pairs well with Monster Energy drink.
Yeah, exactly. It's like when one of our athletes endorses McDonald's. It's like, well, you don't have to go too far there. The kids want McDonald's, and they like that guy. So,
and there's always one real close.
Michael Jordan with a thing of French fries. You're really not, in 1992.
Not
you're
a stretch.
Not a stretch. So he said the reaction to proper number 12 has been absolutely amazing. I'm extremely humbled, I doubt that, and thrilled. Let's not go crazy, Conor.
I don't believe you.
That customers are excited as I am. Hundreds of thousands of people from all over the world have been reaching out asking where they can purchase a bottle. Everything has to be an exaggeration.
Yeah.
I'm lucky to have the best fans in the business, and their support and loyalty has definitely played a role in our proper 12 success. In 10 days, we sold 6 months worth of product. I just got back from Ireland, spending 10 days traveling around the U.S. to meet buyers from top accounts, distributors, and consumers. The reception was energizing. My favorite part of the trip was hand-delivering World Series tickets to the Boston Fire Department. It's hard to articulate what a special experience it was to shake their hands and thank them for their hard work. Truly humbling. Also, people who like whiskey. Boston
also
firefighters.
A shitload of Irish guys.
Yeah, say a bunch of Irish guys who like whiskey and are from Boston. Yeah, you're going to get a reception there.
Yeah.
So they said, you created this whiskey yourself. What was the development process like? No, I can answer for him. A bunch of fucking nerds in a lab made some shit, and then they brought me samples, and I went, I don't like that one, mate. And then they brought me another one, and I went, that one's a little bit better. That's how you made it. No, I put on a lab coat and some goggles, and I went in there and really started mixing shit.
Yeah, I was mixing mash and trying it over time to find the perfect whiskey.
The perfect whiskey. He says proper number 12 is a custom blend of grain of the finest single malt that is great, neat on the rocks in a cocktail or as a shot. The project name of Notorious became proper number 12 to salute my history. Sure, it's my brand and my company, but it's much bigger than me. This is a brand that stands on its own. The name is directly tied to my hometown of Crumlin, Dublin 12, and the fact that it is a proper Irish whiskey. So he talks about going to tastings, and he says that he likes it a lot. He said, do you take any lessons you learn from MMA in developing and marketing proper number 12? Let's hope not. Was he going to throw bottles at people to market it?
I pour a glass and I scream at it that it's a terrorist, and then I shoot it.
I go, I cut terrorist, and I throw the bottle at the bus as it goes by. That's how I... He said he's a strong work ethic, the desire to learn, and holding yourself accountable will get you far. It would have been easy to just sign an endorsement deal or have someone else do all the hard work, the tastings, etc. Very hard work to taste whiskey.
Sit around getting hammered.
Sit around getting shit-faced and just give me an overview. But that's not how I do things. That's right. It's not how he does things here. He said, for every case sold, you're donating $5 up to $1 million annually for first responders. What's that? Why is that cause so important for you? He says, first responders are true proper heroes. Their line of work is the ultimate act of valor and utter selflessness. They put their lives on the line daily. They run into buildings to save complete strangers when everyone else is running out. They operate under a one-for-all mentality. And he goes on to say that he loves first responders in eight different, more cliched ways.
All kinds of hacky ways of being of pandering to one group.
Yes, exactly. It's all fine and dandy and great and true and everything, but he does like 3 paragraphs of saying the same sentence in 6 different ways.
They get paid for it, Connor. It's not a selfless fucking act.
Yeah.
It's how they pay their bills.
It's also a job, and I've known these.
It's also a solid pension,
and they like adrenaline. These guys, they're kind of into it. You know what I mean? These are the guys that are like, let's go jump out of a plane this weekend. Right. So
they also work a day, have 2 off. It's a pretty sweet gig.
They're pretty fucking into it. Yeah. So they said, would you rather share some proper number 12 with Khabib or Floyd Mayweather?
Oh, boy.
And he said, to be honest, neither.
They aren't white enough for me.
I drink proper number 12 with those close to me, my friends and family and those I grew up with. That is whom I like to sit and have a glass of proper whiskey with. I also love to enjoy it with customers and consumers in bars. They've been more fun than I've even expected. Wow. They said, in the past 5 years, you've gone from a plumber receiving welfare checks to becoming one of the highest paid athletes in the world. What advice do you give aspiring entrepreneurs looking to achieve their dreams? Learn the rear naked choke? Like, this is
up a bus?
This isn't a route that people can just take. Like, this isn't a model you can look at and go, okay, come on, kids, this is what you do. Like, it's not a...
Cultivate an audience and challenge Floyd Mayweather. That's how you make a bunch of money.
There you go. That's how you do it. He says you've got to be passionate about what you're doing. Find your passion and chase your dreams fearlessly. I've had a lot of crazy dreams in my life, and they've all come to fruition because of my passion, hard work, and will to succeed.
Also,
that's
thanks,
right.
Floyd.
Yeah. Also, Floyd Mayweather made me a shitload of money. Shitload of money. He says, that's how I got to where I am today. Surrounding yourself with the right people is important, too. Loyalty is everything. You have to have a strong support system of people who genuinely believe in you and want you to succeed. All right. Terrific. Yeah. November 28th, 2018, he gets a 6-month driving ban for his speeding.
Really?
He is fined. This is in Ireland here. He's fined
for that 100. Yeah, for that when he was going 100.
Yeah, he's fined 1,000. Whatever are they euros over there now, or fucking pounds, or 1,000 whiskey points? He gets fined for breaking the speed limit. That's his 154-kilometer, 98-mile an hour. Yeah. He's been, quote, disqualified from driving, which I love how they put it over there. Disqualified? It sounds very...
He was trying to qualify. He didn't make it.
Yeah, suspended, we say over here. I like disqualified better. That sounds way cooler. From driving for 6 months and the fine. After admitting he did that, he was stopped while traveling. It was 1.5 times the speed limit, obviously. That's not good.
Right.
Jesus Christ. So he stops at the courthouse, poses for pictures. He apologized to the judge and said, quote, "I didn't know I was going that fast.
I didn't look down.
I didn't look down." Wow, he must have a great car.
That's an awesome car that you don't know when you're doing 100.
To go 100, in most cars, you're aware of it in the car. You have to have like a really awesome car.
Scooting.
That's a good car. Like, what car is he driving?
You don't watch the cars that you pass, like, go by really fast?
Do you hear them as you go by them? And you go, oh, shit, that guy is standing still.
He's really going slow.
These people are real pussies out here, you know what I mean? Wow. So, yeah, that's his excuse. Didn't realize it. Sorry. He was driving a Range Rover. An SUV going 100 is going to shake, right? A little bit. Shimmy, wiggle.
Well, those ones, it's a fucking $140,000 SUV. They're probably pretty smooth.
I guess. Yeah, I guess so. It's probably a real nice one, too, I'm sure.
$140,000 for one of those. If it shakes, I'm taking it right the fuck back.
Not like an entry-level Sport or anything,
right.
probably,
No,
too. It's probably one of the good ones.
He's driving one of those badass ones.
Crazy engine where you're like, who would spend $110,000 on an SUV? And then here he comes flying by you. Gone.
Yeah.
So, the speeding deal here, the judge said that he was disappointed and reminded McGregor the number of deaths caused on the road, asking Conor why Conor didn't even face a more serious charge. He asked the prosecutor. He said that you're very fortunate that you're not charged with more serious matters, such as careless or dangerous driving. The judge said the higher the speed, the greater the risk involved. When speeding goes wrong, the consequences are catastrophic and life-changing. He noted Conor's apology and said that Conor appeared to be genuinely remorseful. So, there you go. The fine is payable within 6 months or as a lump sum. So, I think Conor can probably find this in his chain, in his car seats if he just dug on the sides.
It's in the cup holder of that Range Rover.
Go out and grab that shit. So, January 30th, 2019... the Conor and Khabib are both fined and suspended for the post-fight brawl in their last fight here, which I bet that suspension will last right about till the time when their next fight is scheduled. Just a thought. That's fucking funny, man. Khabib was fined $500,000 for scaling the cage as well. That is fucking wild. And so Conor was suspended for 6 months and fined $50,000 for engaging Khabib's teammates and attempting to follow Khabib out of the cage. So Khabib's suspension can be reduced to 3 months if he participates in a Las Vegas police anti-bullying public service announcement. What's he going to say?
Don't, yeah.
should bother people when they are doing things. Leave them alone. You have to. Imagine
you better write that for him.
The director who has to record that, who has to do that's going to be like the fucking director of the right guard shoot in Major League 2. Charlie Sheen, Noraforifis, Alhalafis, Emancipations.
You better get somebody with the patience of a monk, for Christ's sake.
No shit. That's fucking hilarious. So Khabib said his reaction to the punishment, he wrote on Twitter, politics forever.
Okay.
It's all politics. His manager, Ali, who has been accused of terrible things, said, I don't think it's fair. Khabib gets $500,000 and Conor gets $50,000. I think it's bullshit.
Oh.
Bullshit. And McGregor took to Twitter to thank the Athletic Commission for the fair assessment of the brawl and says he's looking forward to his return. He said, it was not my intention to land the final blow of the night on my opponent's blood relative. It's just how it played out. I look forward to competing again. Thank you all.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is fucking hilarious. This is interesting here. So March 11th, 2019, he is arrested, Conor is, for allegedly smashing and stealing a fan's phone in Miami. I actually remember this. Yeah, he is charged with strong-armed robbery and criminal mischief. You can't forcefully take things from people. That's not okay.
Right, but that's a fascinating charge for a guy that was probably just taking a picture of him.
But what's the definition of a strong-arm robbery? Forcefully taking something from someone.
Take it from
someone.
someone.
Give me your phone, and he said no, and you grabbed him and ripped it out of his hand. That's a strong-arm fucking robbery, isn't it?
And then smashing it, that's destruction of property and vandalism.
So, yeah, he does that. It was around 5 a.m. outside the Fontainebleau Miami Beach Hotel. Again, 5 a.m., Conor, you're open.
What are you doing?
You're open for anything. Apparently, he slapped the victim's phone out of his hand, causing it to fall to the floor, which is enough, but not enough for Conor, as he then stomped the phone several times, damaging it.
You should be in a hotel bathrobe looking at the coffee maker thinking, maybe I'll drink it. Maybe I'll do it.
Maybe or should I go back to sleep?
Yeah.
Or should I go do some road work because I'm a fighter?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go down to the gym and run on the fucking treadmill, for Christ's sake.
Well, this is a different type of training. It's phone slapping. It's you get a stranger who doesn't know that they're helping you train, and you slap phones out of their hand.
And he was outside of the hotel, probably returning to it after a night of drinking.
Yeah, I don't think he was training that morning.
No.
So he stomped the phone several times, which you'd think that's enough now.
Yeah.
No, he then picked it up and walked away with it.
Oh, he kept it.
And he kept it, too. And I'm keeping this. The fan said the phone was $1,000. Yeah, it's a smartphone.
Yeah.
So this is amazing. He is released on a $12,000 bond. It comes shortly after his UFC suspension, obviously. So he's doing a lot of dumb shit, put it that way. So he spent 5 days in a church the week before in a church in Brooklyn, completing court-ordered community service for the bus incident. His lawyer said he participated in manual labor that included upkeep at the Brooklyn houses of worship. He had to go to churches and sweep. Give me a fucking break.
He polished a pew.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. So March 14th, 2019, he faces a civil lawsuit after the cell phone robbery as well here. Yeah, you're going to get sued for that, dummy. Like, you got to know you're getting sued if you're this guy.
When you've got, that's the other part. When you have that kind of money, you can't just be reckless. You're going to end up broke just based on people taking your money for.
And the victim, Ahmed Abdizirak, so he's got a problem with, or Abdirzak, he's got a problem with, as we know, with certain types of people, followed a lawsuit seeking more than $15,000. I think that might be a little bit extreme. Wow. For battery, assault, and intentional infliction of emotional distress. Calm down. He slapped your hand. Relax.
Grow up, sir. Emotional distress.
I'd say I need $1,000 for my phone and $10,000 because he's a cunt, and it was a big inconvenience. It pissed me off, and now I have to fucking talk to reporters. So $10,000 for that. That was what it would be. Period.
Now I can't be around the UFC because I have PTSD.
Yeah, I already paid for the pay-per-view, so I want that money back too. I guess he was leaving the Fontainebleau at 5 a.m., so he wasn't coming in, and this guy attempted to take a picture of him, and he slapped the phone out of his hand and stomped it and all up. You know people are going to take pictures of you because you're famous. That's what people do. They say that McGregor's criminal defense attorney called the lawsuit a quick effort seeking a payday. Yeah, probably. But also, don't do that dumb shit and people won't sue you. Stupid. So March 27th, 2019, he retires. He's retired.
Again.
He's retired. Yeah, he's done.
Second time.
He's done. Yeah. A New York Times report claimed he's under investigation in Ireland, and he says he's just tired of all this bullshit. He can't take it here. The New York Times reported that McGregor is under investigation at this time in Ireland after a woman accused him of sexual assault.
Oh.
Yes, he was arrested and released by Irish police, but hadn't been charged with the crime yet. He tweeted, "I've decided to retire." This was after he went on the Jimmy Fallon Tonight Show. Right after the appearance, he said, "Hey guys, quick announcement. I've decided to retire from the sport formerly known as mixed martial art today. He wrote, I wish all my old colleagues well going forward in competition. I now join my former partners on this venture, already in retirement. Proper pina coladas on me, fellas. So,
okay.
Yes. So
he's going to put whiskey in the pina coladas? Is that what he's doing?
Nope. He's just drinking pina coladas.
Okay. He sells whiskey but drinks rum.
Why not? That's what he's into. I think he's alluding to being on an island or at a beach somewhere. Yeah, right. You don't drink whiskey at the beach. You can, but you don't like everyone. Oh, you drink a fruity whatever the fuck drink. So he told Jimmy Fallon that night, I love to compete, I love to fight. We're in talks for July, but there's a lot of politics. And then right after the show, right after the show, he said he's retiring. That night, yeah. As soon as it aired, he said that.
Quick announcement, guys. Quick announcement. You're ending your career, the thing that everybody knows you for. Quick announcement.
Quick announcement. Yes, just quickly, real fast. Have a good one,
guys.
He said, I've done my piece for the company. I don't necessarily need to fight. I'm set for life. I would fucking hope so.
You better be.
You made enough money. Dana White told ESPN, if I was Conor McGregor, I'd retire too. Because he made a shitload of money on the whiskey and made a shitload of money on Floyd Mayweather fight. So he's like, he's got enough money. I don't know what the fuck he's letting people punch him in the face for.
Right. I don't know what he's doing letting me take advantage of his career.
I don't know why he's letting me make 90% of the profit off him, but... If I'm very wealthy, no one's punching me in the face.
No.
I'm not letting you punch me. And if you do punch me in the face, I'm going to hire someone to punch you harder. Period. If I'm that wealthy, leave me the fuck alone. Don't touch me.
I'm going to sue you. I'm taking your fucking Honda Corolla.
Honda Corolla.
Honda Accord.
I'm taking your Toyota Civic away from you. I'm taking your Kia Sonata right now.
I want your Ford Silverado, you son of a bitch.
You lousy bastard with your Chevy F-150. Get over here.
In the 1980s, a rosé swept the country.
Hey, Mike, I really like this white Zinfandel.
Well, good. Now put it down. I'm going to try another one.
White Zin became America's top-selling wine. But most don't know that this sweet drink has a sour history. What began in 1986 with counterfeit bottles.
A big fraud, a multi-million-dollar fraud.
Sent investigators chasing one of the most powerful families in the business, the Licciardis. But the closer the feds got to them, the more dangerous things became. It's a story of deceit.
At the time, I was paranoid.
Threats.
You touch my kids, I will kill you.
And murder.
With a .22 caliber bullet to the head.
What started with a scheme to mislabel wine spilled into a blood-soaked battle for succession. Welcome to Bloodvines. You can binge listen to Bloodvines exclusively and ad-free on Wondery Plus. Join Wondery Plus in the Wondery app, Apple Podcasts, or Spotify.
Behind the closed doors of government offices and military compounds, there are hidden stories and buried secrets from the darkest corners of history. From covert experiments pushing the boundaries of science to operations so secretive they were barely whispered about. Each week, on Redacted, Declassified Mysteries, we pull back the curtain on these hidden histories. 100% true and verifiable stories that expose the shadowy underbelly of power. Consider Operation Paperclip, where former Nazi scientists were brought to America after World War II, not as prisoners, but as assets to advance U.S. intelligence during the Cold War. These aren't just old conspiracy theories. They're thoroughly investigated accounts that reveal the uncomfortable truths still shaping our world today. The stories are real. The secrets are shocking. Follow Redacted, Declassified Mysteries on the Wondery app or wherever you get your podcasts. You can listen to Redacted early and ad-free right now on Wondery Plus.
Have you ever gotten a message out of the blue? Maybe you ignore them. Or maybe you end up in conversation. Maybe they tell you about an amazing offer. I can really show you how to make some money. And maybe that gets you into a lot of trouble. But this isn't a story about people like you, the people receiving these messages. This is a story about the people behind the messages, on the other end of the line. Thousands of them, working in a microcity built for scammers. From Wondery, the makers of Dr. Death and Kill List, comes Scam Factory, a new series about survival at the expense of others. Follow Scam Factory on the Wondery app or wherever you get your podcasts. You can listen to Scam Factory early and ad-free right now by joining Wondery Plus in the Wondery app or on Apple Podcasts.
So April 8th, 2019, a civil suit against him is dropped here. The cell phone guy drops the suit. He still faces criminal charges, though. So, yeah, there you go.
Probably settled out of court, right?
I would hope so. I mean, Jesus, give the guy $5,000 and let him move on. Who cares? May 13th, 2019, the charges are dropped against him. This is the next month in the phone incident. No longer facing criminal charges. It was Florida, so they were like, this is just kind of basic Floridian street behavior here, honestly.
True. And if they do settle out of court and he doesn't want to be a witness, I don't think they can. There's not much they can do, right?
No, there isn't. That's the thing. That's probably what it is. They dropped the one charge of felony robbery, one misdemeanor criminal mischief. They dropped it all. They said that, by the way, the state assistant attorney, Khalil Madani, watch out if Conor's going to come after you too, wrote a memo saying that the alleged victim signed a sworn statement, but the following week, his attorney told the prosecutor's office his client had been made whole by McGregor and no longer believed McGregor sought to injure or damage him and his property.
Right.
He wrote me a little check, so I'm not going to fucking be involved in this anymore.
I've got a really sick iPhone.
No shit.
And he pays for my Spotify, so everything's okay.
Yeah, he paid for a lot of Spotify for like the next 10 years. So the prosecutor said that the alleged victim has credibility issues as he's changed his previously sworn testimony. Yes, because he's gotten paid. He said based on the witness's credibility issues, his unwillingness to respond to a subpoena, and the inability of witnesses to testify as to his subjective mindset, they can't prove the charges against Conor McGregor.
There it is.
Yeah, because he's got paid off. Duh. So August 15th, 2019, Jesus Christ. Oh, God. Dana White, he ended up on TMZ Live addressing the video of Conor McGregor. They're going to ask Dana White, what do you think of this? Punching an elderly man in the head. Do you remember this?
Oh, yes.
He punched an elderly man in the head.
Because he told him his whiskey sucks.
An elderly Irishman is going to have very specific opinions on whiskey. If he tells you your whiskey sucks, it probably sucks.
Yeah.
Or he's got a very specific palate for the last, say, 80 years. Either way, you don't punch him in the head.
Or the JMO has burned his sensory in his tongue to only accept certain whiskey.
That's it. That's it. But you're set in your ways by that time.
So an old man said, your whiskey's shit, and he punched him.
Said, your whiskey's proper shite is what it is. And they said, okay. And then there was a punch going on here. He said, Dana White's response is, quote, you're talking about a pub in Ireland. Oh, well, that makes it all better.
Oh.
So now the man...
Because it's
a
fucking
fountain of youth now. It's a fountain of youth. When you walk in there, you're not an old man anymore. You're open season to punch in the fucking head if you feel like it.
As soon as you walk through the door, the Blarney Stone makes you all equals.
Wow. You're talking about a pub in Ireland. Know how many guys get punched in the face every day in a pub in Ireland? Yeah, a lot.
What?
Not old men, hopefully, and not by young professional fighters, I would hope. Maybe by other old men.
Does Dana White fight?
Dude, he has to have been hit in the head a lot, right?
He
has
dumb
to
as
have
shit,
been.
right?
Is he just honestly like the biggest asshole who's ever walked the face of the... He makes Vince McMahon look like a decent guy. Like that. The more I learn about Dana White, I go, wow, he makes Vince McMahon look like a sentimental, like a real pushover.
He is a shocking dickhole.
Wow. It's like, I know he does it on purpose. Yeah. Which I don't get when being... there was a time when like being hateable would get like a few people to like you and it was kind of fun and whatever. But when it's like now that's like the standard thing, it's just so fake and cheesy. Right. Like I'm a terrible guy, but for him it's real somehow.
Right.
I'll hit my wife in public right in front of cameras. I don't care.
Fuck troll. He's not even a troll. He's just a...
No, he means it, I think.
He's just scum.
He's a twat is the best way to describe him.
Awful person.
He really is. He said, but this is... didn't bring up shouldn't punch an old man in the head at all.
Right.
He said that, but this is a high-profile guy. The bottom line is when you're not a regular guy, you're a high-profile guy, and you're a professional fighter, you can't do it. That you can't do.
I guess I can, James, I can punch all the old people.
What the fuck are you talking about? Then he said, when you're Conor McGregor, you can't do that. When you're anyone, you can't. It's called elder abuse. You can't beat old people. You can't. It's like 65.
They're inferior beings.
Once they hit 65, there's a guy I really want to punch, but I know he's over 65 and I can't do it, and it's really bothering me because I'm telling you, that's the truth too. You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah. But the man's fragile. You can't knock him down. You can't do anything that causes them the ability to fall down. You will injure this person, and you could kill them based on the injuries they can suffer.
Oh, fuck yeah.
For Christ's sake.
So police said that they're still investigating. They said no arrests have been made yet.
A 65-year-old man.
Punched him in the head over whiskey. This was at the Marble Arch pub in Dublin on April 6th. Conor walked in and lined up cups for bar patrons, looking to buy a round of proper 12 for everyone.
Sure.
Here you go, everyone. One guy said, no thanks. The old guy said, I don't want any.
He didn't even drink it and spit it at him. He just said, I don't drink your whiskey. It's gross.
Not interested. Now, when Michael on The Wire said, I don't want Marlowe's money for school clothes, rather than get mad, they were intrigued and like, oh, what's up with this little guy?
That is impressive.
He's different. Let's talk to him. Conor took a different approach than Marlowe here. Jesus Christ. He said no. Conor placed a cup in front of him, and he said no, pushed it away. So Conor did it again, put it in front of him. You're going to drink my whiskey. And the guy said, I'm not drinking it. I don't want any.
Yeah.
Not interested. Okay? So apparently they don't know if any words were exchanged, but Conor then downed a shot and then fucking popped the guy with a left. Hit him with a left right in the face. Just nailed him. Did a shot and punched the guy.
Man.
Two people immediately grabbed him and pulled him out of the bar. The violence was reported to the cops, obviously, and they said they were, like I said, an open investigation. The guy who got punched didn't even get knocked off his stool, though. That's the greatest part.
Took it.
An old man took him in his shot in the face and took the fucking shot and probably kept drinking.
Kept drinking his Jameson.
Fuck yeah, that's a different breed. I like it. I like it. That's embarrassing. It's embarrassing enough to punch an old man in the head, but to not even knock him off his stool.
Right. He could take your punch.
Yeah. You punch an old man in the head, he better be blind or something afterwards.
Right.
Like now he lost his sight. He's an invalid now. He has to go to a hospice. That's what better happen.
He took a punch like Floyd Mayweather took all of your punches.
Easy.
Yeah.
So October 19th, 2019, he's under investigation for a second sexual assault accusation now.
Okay. There's a billowing smoke.
It's not going well for him now. He has too much time on his hands, I feel like. A woman filed a complaint in Ireland claiming she was assaulted by McGregor in her vehicle outside a Dublin pub last week. It says here, the Irish law prohibiting naming victims says, they're not going to name her. But McGregor's team released a statement flatly denying the claim. And McGregor says he hasn't spoken with police or been charged. And his publicist said, Conor McGregor is frequently the subject of rumors. He emphatically denies any report accusing him of sexual assault. So, wow. There's another. They're still doing the investigation of the last woman here. So that was the one he was actually arrested for, though. But he's had a lot of problems, let's just say, as we know. Obviously. He punched an old man in the head, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
So November 1st, 2019, he's been, I guess he gets charged for the fight in the pub, an unprovoked attack on the old man here. He's only going to be fined $1,000 whiskey bucks, and that's it here. The guy's name was Desmond Keogh. He's not elderly. He's in his 50s. That's not elderly.
No.
It's still older than you should be punching if you're a 28-year-old UFC champion, but still, they made it sound like he's not 85.
Irish guy can take a punch. That's pretty cool.
I fucking love it, man. That's great.
Bad man.
McGregor had to stand up in a packed courtroom and tell the judge, Your Honor, what I done was very wrong. I would like to apologize today to the injured party again and to apologize here before the court and assure you nothing of this nature will ever happen again regarding me. Oh, wow. Yeah. So they said that the victim had received an undisclosed sum of compensation and already accepted the apology.
Oh.
Yeah. So he pled for leniency, and they said McGregor's whole career is probably in jeopardy if he has a conviction, because then he won't be able to travel. That's the problem. They said that, so, he said that they heard that he was attacked after the guy repeatedly fucking didn't want shots of the whiskey, which was placed in front of him.
So cool.
Oh, God, that's so fun. I don't want your whiskey and fuck your pussy punches, he said. That's amazing. There was closed circuit TV footage, so they had footage of this shit, which is hilarious. I want to see that a lot.
I've seen it.
It's fucking funny. So I want to see it like right now, though. Right now. So he takes off. He's got a Range Rover there that he drives her off in court, and so it doesn't look like he's going to get jail time anyway. So that's probably
good.
Probably good. Why you punch a guy in the? What is wrong with you? Jesus Christ, man!
I assume a lot.
The judge was like, why would you do that? Literally was asking him, what is your goddamn problem here? Like, why would you do that? They asked for total leniency. They said what he did was totally, utterly wrong and totally, utterly inappropriate. No shit. No one's arguing about that.
Yeah, nobody's arguing the contrary anywhere.
No one. So next up, January 18th, 2020, he's back at fighting again.
Oh, he's back.
He's back. He's coming out of retirement here against Donald Cerrone, the cowboy. Cowboy Cerrone. It's 36-13 coming into this fight.
He's one of the guys that gets diarrhea in It's Always Sunny from what is that?
Oh, Fight Milk.
From Fight Milk. Yeah,
Fight Milk.
I think he's the one on the toilet. He is the one on the toilet.
Okay, that makes sense there. Okay, well, this fight only goes 40 seconds, and I don't know if he had too much fight milk beforehand or what, but
Cowboy gets hammered.
Conor beat him up good. TKO with head kick and punches in 40 seconds. So easy win for him. He's 22-4 now. June 6th, 2020, he says he's retiring from fighting again.
He's
done.
Yeah.
He's done again. He tweeted he's walking away. He said, I've decided to retire. Thanks for the memories. What a ride it's been. Here's a picture of myself and my mother in Las Vegas. Post one of my title wins. Pick the home of your dreams, Mags. I love you. Whatever you desire is yours. So he's telling his mom he's going to buy her a house here. He said he's very excited to be retired, but he has lost his excitement for the sport of fighting. He said, the game just does not excite me, and that's that. All this waiting around. There's nothing happening. I'm going through opponent options, and there's really nothing there at the minute. There's nothing that's exciting me. They should have just kept the ball rolling. I mean, why are they pushing Khabib versus Justin Gaethje back in September? You know what's going to happen in September. Something else is going to happen in September, and that's not going to happen. I laid out a plan and a method that was the right move, the right methods to go with, and they always want to balk at that and not make it happen or just drag it on. Whatever I say, they want to go against it to show some kind of power. They should have just done the fight, me and Justin, for the interim title and just kept the ball rolling. Okay. So, yeah, he said he's a bit bored of the game. That's what he said. He said, I'm here watching the fight. I watched the last show. I watched the show tonight. I'm just not as excited about the game. I don't know if it's no crowd. I don't know what it is. There's just no buzz for me.
Yeah. They were fighting during COVID. There was no crowd.
Oh, yeah, that was 2020.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah, that's boring as balls. Nobody wants to see that.
Yeah, there's no what does he expect?
Yeah, and there's less paydays too, I'm sure. So why bother?
Yeah, it sucked to watch. Everything sucked to watch with no crowd.
It's just to keep, so Dana White could keep his finger in the pie of keeping people watching it. He said, I had my goals, my plans, the season. I had everything laid out. Obviously, the world has gone bleeding bonkers at the minute. There's fuck all happening at the minute. They want to throw me up and down weights and offer me stupid fights. I really don't give a fuck. I'm over it.
Okay. Well, everybody was basically retired for that while.
Yeah.
Conor, calm down.
That's the other thing. And Dana White said if he wants to retire, he should retire. He said, nobody's pressuring anybody to fight. I'll rob the next guy just as easily as I robbed him. No,
and
he
there's
didn't say
plenty of guys willing to do this for my benefit.
I'll tell you that. He said, nobody is pressuring anybody to fight. If Conor McGregor feels he wants to retire, you know my feelings about retirement, you should absolutely do it. And I love Conor. There's a handful of people that have made this really fun for me, and he's one of them.
This handful of guys have made a shitload of money off of.
Fuck yeah. White also said, the amount of people that I have gunning at me right now is insane. Meaning the other stars that have left with, like John Jones is talking shit about him and everything like that. He said, if that's what Conor is feeling right now, John Jones, Jorge Masvidal, I feel you. It's not like I'm going, holy shit, this is crazy, this is nuts. Nothing is crazy and nuts right now because everything is crazy and nuts right now on a certain level. I totally understand it and get it. Okay? Yeah. I don't know if he does or not. This is when he said he was setting up Fight Island. Jesus Christ.
Oh, boy, that's right. He does not get it. He didn't understand it at all.
And he wanted McGregor to fight on Fight Island, and McGregor's like, I fight for money in front of people. Fuck, Conor said, there's nothing there for me. I'm trying to get excited. I'm trying my best. And when the Anderson one came along, I was like, yeah, shit, that's a mad fight. And then everyone said he's old and over the hill, and I was like, what? So, yeah.
Also, that guy's got a fucking leg that came apart. You can't just fight
Jump on
normal
in there.
again like that ever again.
So, yeah, he said he's frustrated. He said, I don't know, it's just crazy. I was cutting to 155, and then because I asked for 155, they wanted to show power and stomp all over me. I don't know why they do this, but it was taken from me, then pushed back. So then I'm thinking, I don't want to be cutting if I'm fighting at 170. I have to be careful here. My body has to be correct to the weight. And then the 176 Silva talk, I'm just over it, man. Okay. So, yeah. Floyd Mayweather wrote on Instagram, I'll be waiting if you want to fight me again.
I'd love to get paid again. Yeah.
We can make a bunch of money if you want. So what the fuck? McGregor said, my mother is out there picking out a beautiful home, an absolute beautiful home, her dream home. It would be likely to be it's likely to be her final home. Jesus, you're going to kill her in there? My family's final home for them, a retirement home. I'm very, very proud to do this, and that's it. We'll see what the future holds, but for right now, for the immediate future, 2020, all the best to it. Okay. So, September 12th, 2020, he is reportedly arrested for an alleged indecent exposure in a bar in Corsica.
Oh, my God.
So, he's been arrested in a bar in the French region of Corsica here. Mm-hmm. He vigorously denies any accusation of bad behavior, apparently. His lawyer said that he was released before the legal end of police custody without any judicial review. The prosecutor's office, in a statement sent, the prosecutor's office said, following a complaint filed on September 10th, denouncing acts that could be described as attempted sexual assault and sexual exhibition, Conor McGregor was the subject of a hearing by the something services. I don't know. So he got released. They don't care.
Yeah, but his dick may have been out or something happened.
Possible dick out, which, I mean, he is leaving a trail of regular people that you don't want to be in his wake like just normal people that run into him.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to.
Also, there's a lot of sexual shit.
What about where's D now?
Yeah.
I love my wife and all this shit.
Devlin? Yeah.
What happened to D. Devlin? I don't know. I feel bad for him, though, for her especially. That kind of sucks. Yeah. I kind of do, but not nearly as bad as I feel for Conor McGregor, student at San Jose State University from Gainesville, Virginia. Conor McGregor, who is he's from Newcastle upon Tyne in England here, and he's, quote, passionate about customer service.
Oh, is he?
He's very passionate about customer. He will punch you in the head if you don't like it. Conor McGregor from Washington, D.C. here. He's an associate at Finnegan, Henderson, Faribault, Garrett, and Dunner, LLP. I don't know if it's a law. He went to law school. Yeah, he's a lawyer. So there's him. He says, my name is Conor McGregor. Not that one. No, he doesn't say that. He should, though.
Look, my pants are on.
He has extensive technical background and industry experience in structural and construction engineering. Okay, then.
And if I take my pants off, it's just to put another pair on.
There's another pair coming post-haste. Don't you worry. September 15th, 2020, Conor says, because now he's been accused again of sexual assault, And Conor, accompanied by his bodyguards, allegedly exhibited his private parts to the young woman without her consent as she made her way into the bar toilets.
Okay.
That's very classy, I would say.
Can I come with you with this? That's a fucking bizarre pickup line.
That is a weird one. So he posts, would he tweet this out? Yes, he tweeted, then deleted. I will never kill myself no matter how many wish for it. Try set me up. All of yous fucking want over and over. The truth will always set me free. Be it baby father claims, rape, indecent exposure, bullshit, WhatsApp group shit, you fucking name it. Never will I fold. The truth is the truth, and it gives me wings. Wings.
He said that?
He said that. He typed that.
And the truth?
And the truth. I know my character. God bless DNA. God bless CCTV, so video. God bless eyewitness. God bless the truth. Truth is power. Never will a dime be paid to anyone coming at me with vicious lies. Not fucking ever. I will fight, and I am only beginning to fight. All these past incidents you will see, they will not be forgotten. I will not allow these people to just accuse me, then disappear into the dark to attempt to ruin someone else's life. No fucking way. Okay. Wow. January 18th, 2021, he says, I'm not retired. I'll probably never retire, as a matter of fact.
I love this.
I'll keep coming back and coming back. He explained, he said, I was just frustrated and bored, and I don't know. He said, I'll probably never retire from the game, to be honest. I'll be competing for a long, long time yet. It has certainly brought out a frustration when you're trying to get these events going. You're trying to get these things moving, and it's just not happening. It felt like I was shelved almost. I felt like I had been out a couple more times a year. I felt like I'd been ran out a couple of more times that year. Not only would my skill set and my sharpness and everything be in tune a lot more, we'd also be talking about $800 million in revenue for the company. It was certainly out of frustration.
Okay, so he wants more fights, and he wants bigger fights. And
he wants bigger fights. Yeah, he wants to be the star. That's it. That's what he's always wants, is to be the star. He said, the past is the past. We're in a great spot now.
Okay.
That's it. So he's coming back in and ready to do it. I mean, he beat Cerrone there, but that was a year ago, right? Yeah, a year ago.
It's been
He said, come on, there was lots of talks about me coming back. I was so eager to come back. I wanted to come back. The Tuesday after the fight against Cerrone, I had that meeting with Lorenzo Fertitta and Dana, and the conversation was, what do we do now? What's next? There didn't seem to really be what was the next bout. We had got the answer at that dinner, and it just didn't come to fruition. I feel now I've been transformed. I have transformed my body into a lightweight frame again. I've done it healthily. I'm full of energy, full of vitality, ready to showcase myself at 155, and very excited about doing that. Well, good for him.
Boy, he also, a wordy-ass tweet.
This isn't an interview. He said this.
Okay.
He then said that he expects a boxing match with Manny Pacquiao to develop.
Is that right? Manny will destroy him.
Absolutely. Yeah, Manny's a good fucking boxer.
He's aggressive, yeah.
He's a great boxer.
Yeah.
So he said that he's open to a trilogy bout with Nate Diaz as well. Maybe we could do that. Two guys that are over the hill now. Maybe that'll work.
A guy that quit to smoke weed, for Christ's sake.
Yeah. He said that his relationship with Dana White has renewed positivity. He said that White actually accused him of McGregor of breaking man code when McGregor shared their direct messages on social media.
Sir, you are the last one that gets to comment on man code.
No shit, man. Wow. Conor says, at that time, when I was putting that out, obviously there was frustrations because I was campaigning for a fight, and it was like the UFC was saying I wasn't campaigning for a fight, and I was a bit upset with that. Me putting them out was around the time that Diego Sanchez was giving me a lot of respect in the media, and he had just had a fight and a victory. I wanted to show my respect and say, Diego, I'm actually looking for a bout against you. Okay, so that's trying to make an excuse.
Dana won't allow it. Yeah.
Dana won't allow it.
Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah. So he talks about what fights he wants, and who gives a shit. He talks about another fight. He wants to fight Dustin, what's his name? Poirier?
Poirier,
Yeah. He says, we're more mature, myself and Dustin. We're both fathers, and we've come through a lot.
It's 2020.
Dad fights. UFC dad fights. That's the Father's Day event we want to see.
Jesus Christ.
A couple of guys going out there in fucking khaki shorts and New Balances trying to fucking punch each other.
Hey, dudes.
That's perfect. A couple of like Target T-shirts with fucking Legend of Zelda on them or something.
Cornermen wiping their faces down with dude wipes.
Yeah. Oh, God. He said, we're both engaged in much philanthropic efforts, and I know he's doing a great thing with the Good Fight Foundation. Great. He said, especially as I get older in life, I feel it's our duty as human beings to give back. Give back.
Couple charitable dads just going at it.
Charity dads. This fall on NBC.
He's not making a strong pitch for a fight.
No, I don't care about this fight. As I'm getting older, just a couple of nice guys are going to get together, have their little kids at ringside, just a nice
Punch
exhibition.
it out over a discussion of lawnmowers.
Jesus Christ. God, he's wordy about that. I'm not reading all that, Connor. Fuck you. Sorry, this is a really self-serving bullshit about charity and blah, 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 coaches. I'm not doing this shit.
I just want to fight him.
Fuck that. January 19th, 2021, after criminal case ends without charges, Conor is sued in Ireland now.
Oh.
So this is detailing, finally, accusations made by the woman who says that Conor raped her in Dublin in a hotel penthouse. So.
Oh, that's heavy.
The suit is filed after the Irish police and prosecutors declined to pursue charges against him. They investigated him for 2 years and they arrested him at one point, but never charged him. They said that the allegations against him, this is what a spokesperson for McGregor says, that they were categorically rejected. So the charges. So this is a lawyer for the woman declined to comment on the details of the case. And so they talked all about it, and they said that she's definitely filing the suit, and it's against him and another man as well.
Oh.
Yeah. So they said that McGregor and the woman grew up in the same area and previously socialized in the same wider circles. They knew each other from school or whatever. Mm-hmm. So according to that, in the early morning of, late night, might as well say, December 9th, 2018. Don't say early morning. It makes it sound like there was eggs and toast involved. Yeah. Nobody was making bacon at this point.
Yeah.
She said that after they exchanged flirtatious messages on Instagram, the woman and a friend were picked up by McGregor's driver and taken to a Dublin hotel along with one of McGregor's friends. She said she had been at a work holiday party and believed she'd be partying with McGregor. In the car on the way to the hotel, a bag of cocaine was, quote, produced, and the woman said she took some.
Yeah.
While in the penthouse, the woman said in the statement of claim that she was beckoned to the bedroom. These are the quote, beckoned.
She's a party.
By McGregor, who asked her to perform a lewd act on him.
Yeah.
I'd like my dick sucked, is what he said.
Would you put this in your mouth, please?
Which she refused. McGregor began kissing her and removing her clothes over her protestations, is what her statement said. After she bit and hit Conor, as according to her, he allegedly wrapped his arms around her neck and lifted her up 3 times, after which she ceased fighting back. Gave her the old neck crank.
Horrifying. Yeah.
That's a neck crank right there. That's terrifying.
Yeah.
McGregor then told her, quote, "That's how I felt in the octagon. I had to tap myself out 3 times. That's how I felt." Apparently that's what he told her.
What the fuck?
I don't know. McGregor then, according to her, McGregor then raped her and demanded that she lie on the bed next to him afterwards. Now we're going to snuggle.
I'm a cuddler.
What the fuck is that about? Forced cuddling? I've never heard of that before. That is disturbing.
Fucking horrific incident. Also, he's got all that money and he's doing that well, and he's still trolling Instagram for women.
Famous guys are constantly trolling Instagram
what
for
is
women
that
because
about?
it's there for them. They can just go, what does this chick look like? She likes me, cool.
That's crazy.
It's Crystalia, it's all of them. It's the Crystalia factor, I feel like.
But Crystalia's not Conor McGregor.
No, he's not. He's not. But still, I mean,
that's amazing, man.
It's fucking weird. So she said she fell asleep and woke up early into the evening of the next evening, after which McGregor left the hotel with her work colleague, because she came there with a friend, before returning. McGregor's friend gave her a drink. She said her only memory thereafter is of being in a taxi.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, she said she was later told by police that McGregor's friend said he had sex with her, but he had no recollection of it. She had no recollection of it and didn't consent to it.
That's fucked, man.
Yeah. Oh, that's mad fucked. So she was examined in a sexual assault treatment unit at the hospital after her mother called an ambulance when she arrived home. According to the statement, bruising was found on most of her body, and she had abrasions on her face, neck, and right breast. A month later is when she went to the police and reported that she had been raped. She had not been able to work since May of 2019 and described a host of psychological and emotional problems because of the alleged attack.
Sure.
The suit seeks about $1.79 million is what it seeks here in euro form. So they said the amount is to cover her loss of current and future earnings, the sale of her home in the suburb of Dublin, and the purchase of a house elsewhere to escape the reminders of the ordeal, as well as various medical expenses. So that's her accusations. So January 23rd, 2021, it's good publicity for him here. He fights Dustin the Diamond Poirier. As we said, Dustin the Diamond is a terrible fucking thing. He's 26-6, Dustin. This fight goes into the second round. 2 minutes and 32 seconds. It is a knockout loss for Conor.
Is that right?
Beat with punches. Apparently, they said that Dustin Diamond here remained steady, worked McGregor over with leg kicks and shit while McGregor tried to keep attacking him.
Yeah.
And then he blitzed him with punches and dropped him to the canvas and got the knockout there. So McGregor said the leg kicks were good. The lower calf kick was very good. My leg was dead, man. So, yeah, fucked them all up.
Yeah.
Poirier said, I'm happy, but I'm not surprised. I put in the work. Conor took this result very professionally over here. He's a pro, man. Nothing but respect. We're 1-1. Maybe we'll have to do it again.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. McGregor said, I need activity, guys. Come on. You don't get away with being inactive in this business. That's just the way it is. I'll take my licks. I'm good at my job.
Yeah, keep me busy. Otherwise, the women are all in danger.
Everyone, yeah. Keep me punching men, please. Now, this is also, he's lost 2 of his last 3 fights here.
That's not good.
That's not terrific. He said, I put in a lot of work, though, and I'm proud of my work. January 26, 2021, medical suspension. Okay. He is suspended, 6-month medical suspension after a knockout loss because I guess it's...
Oh, he's not allowed to fight.
Because he was knocked out so badly here. I guess medical suspensions are for fighters who have recently competed, are common in the industry regardless of whether they won or lost. But I guess at this one, he's got to have he needs clearance from a doctor over his right tibia and fibula pending an x-ray and all of that sort of thing. He was making himself feel better by spending time with his family on a $4 million yacht. Conor was.
That'll do it. Yeah,
that'll do
make
it.
My leg feel great.
Wonder why I can't fight as well anymore as when I was on welfare.
Right.
Wonder why that is. Strange. When I was on welfare, real hungry. Now I'm on a $4 million yacht. Not as hungry. Don't know why.
When you're fighting for the $4 million yacht, you fight better than when you are fighting to keep the $4 million yacht. To keep it.
Right. That's the thing, really. April 14th, 2021, Conor McGregor's sexual assault case dropped. The French officials say not enough evidence for this shit here. This is the Corsica thing here. This is the indecent exposure, not the rape. Right. Yeah. Different deal. They said that Conor, they're not going to press charges. They said the examination of the present proceedings does not justify any criminal prosecution since the facts or the circumstances of the facts of the proceedings could not have been clearly established by the investigators or could not be clearly established. Yeah. The pieces of evidence are therefore not sufficient for the offense to be constituted and for a criminal prosecution to be engaged. So there you go. On April 28th, 2021, he sells his liquor.
Oh, yeah.
He's selling it to hear his deal. Wow, sells it to Proximo Spirits in a deal that's worth up to $600 million. Wow. Yes, Proximo owns Jose Cuervo and Bushmills.
Yep.
In addition to a bunch of other shit. They already had 49% stake in Proper 12. Uh-huh. This is for the rest of it.
It's a $1.2 billion business?
It's fucking huge, man. So Wow.
So they want all of it.
That is fucking wild. They said, we hit a milestone and gave Proximo the opportunity to own a significant stake. And McGregor said, yeah, I'm celebrating the sale, but Proper 12 is my baby for life. You can buy a lot more babies.
Yeah.
He
probably gets $100 million of that, right?
At least, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And he's still going to be the spokesman and do commercials for the brand as well.
Get paid for that, yeah.
He'll Ryan Reynolds it big time.
Yeah.
July 10th, 2021, he's fighting Dustin Diamond again, Poirier.
Oh, number 3.
Number 3, and this is the end of the first round. It's over. It's called a TKO from a leg injury here. Loss for Conor again. So they said it was a pretty electric atmosphere, but it turned kind of shitty during the round. I guess Conor appeared to have rolled over on his ankle, and at the end, this is when he broke his ankle. You could tell it was broken. So, yep, he stayed in the cage despite the broken leg for his post-fight interview, saying it's not over.
Yeah.
He's 22-6 now.
Oh, I remember that video.
It was gross.
Yeah, he went to stand on it again, and it was sideways.
Oh, you could see it. It was fucked. September 13th, 2021, he gets into a scuffle with Machine Gun Kelly at the MTV Video Music Awards.
This is one time that I'm really rooting for Conor.
This is one where you go, can a dinosaur come and eat both of these idiots while they're fighting? Anything could happen, like a Jurassic Park moment. Just bites him, they're all 4 little legs kicking out of its mouth as he picks them up. I'd be happy with that.
Can Khabib's trainer come in a vest?
So apparently McGregor could be seen in videos lunging at Machine Gun Kelly, who was, quote, held back by security and Megan Fox, his girlfriend. Held back?
No.
Calm down, Chief.
Life saved by by Megan Fox.
Was walled off from. He probably won't hit me. So then McGregor was escorted away, but video showed him throwing a cocktail in Machine Gun Kelly's direction. They said they couldn't figure out what started it, and neither party would say what started it. Apparently, McGregor walked up to Kelly to say hello. Kelly said something inaudible, and then Kelly's security attempted to push McGregor away.
Oh.
Probably called him a rapist or something. I mean, who knows what he called him. So
maybe Machine Gun Kelly had a moment of clarity and good guy and
maybe
decided to be a good person.
Who the fuck knows? So apparently McGregor asked Kelly for a photo. This is the initial report. And Kelly declined, for which McGregor got upset about. And now he says that didn't happen. McGregor spokesperson says Conor McGregor did not ask anyone for a picture, nor did he instigate this incident. He does not know Machine Gun Kelly outside the fact that he attended Conor's fight this past July.
Okay. Well, that's enough, isn't it?
He said he doesn't know what happened. He said, I just showed up, McGregor said. He said, nothing happened with me. I only fight real fighters and 58-year-old men in bars.
Right.
People that actually fight. I certainly don't fight little Vanilla Ice white rappers.
Okay, so I thought you didn't know him. I
don't know who he is. No idea. I don't even know the guy. Don't know anything about him except that he's with Megan Fox.
And that he raps. Why are you doing this? Why? What are you doing?
They asked Machine Gun Kelly about what happened, and he made, quote, made a noise with his mouth, hit the microphone with his hand, then walked away.
He's so fucking weird, man. I hate that guy.
Yeah, he's a fucking weird dude. So September 14th, 2021, He's doing all sorts of shit now. Now, he insists that he didn't come to blows with Machine Gun Kelly. He's going on more about it.
Yeah.
He said in an interview that absolutely nothing happened between him and Machine Gun Kelly. He said, absolutely nothing happened. I don't know. I just showed up and I don't know. I don't even know who the guy is, to be honest with you. Just rumors. Nothing happened with me. I don't know.
Look, I don't like him, and I know way too much about him, too. It's okay to know who he is.
Fucking so weird. By the way, Machine Gun Kelly's real name? Colson Baker.
Yeah.
Which is a hilarious name.
Yeah.
That sounds...
He's from Cleveland, James.
He's a little Colson. Wow, he got taken to soccer practice by his mom every other day.
All the time, yeah.
All the time. Well, when the nanny wasn't available, you know. So he said, one source said, quote, they scuffled, then it settled down, and Conor went after him again. McGregor was ready to throw fists. Security was having trouble holding him back. McGregor had attended it with his fiancée now, Dee Devlin.
Oh.
But, Former boxer Antonio Tarver said, I don't know about y'all, but I'm so tired of seeing this bully and straight thug continue to lash out in public places. It's obvious that, and he tags him at the Notorious MMA, is out of control, and I don't know what's taken them so long to lock his disrespectful ass up.
Tarver's gaming for a fight. He
I
wants
love
a
it.
payday, too.
Fuck it, I'll take a payday. Ex-UFC fighter Mike Swick wrote, Conor has lost his fucking mind. You got to be a family member to respect that man as a human anymore. He is proof money can't buy class.
Oh!
Wow. Then he said MGK was performing. Don't go to his gig and fuck his brain up before performing, dude. Not everyone wants to take a pic with you, me included.
Right.
Yeah.3exactly. No shit.
Yeah, if you don't know who he is, hold on a minute. He's about to be on stage.
Megan Fox said, I'm actually a huge UFC fan. I have UFC Fight Pass, and I know all the fighters and their backstories. Whenever it's Conor, it's always insane.
Oh, Megan.
So, October 17th, 2021, reported that Conor randomly attacks an Italian DJ in a Roman nightclub.
Why?
Apparently.
Did he play Machine Gun Kelly songs?
Yeah, it was like Greg Hardy with Nelly.
Yeah.
Snaps. DJ, singer, and television personality Francesco Fascinetti, he claims that he punched him in the face, Conor did, at a nightclub, breaking his nose.
Wow.
Jesus, fuck, man. This happened during a night out clubbing just hours after Fascinetti had his third son baptized at the Vatican.
On the night that I had my son at the Vatican.
I go out partying in nightclubs. He claimed him and his wife had been partying and having fun with McGregor for 2 hours prior to the incident before things went sideways. McGregor invited him to another party, then punched him in the face when he accepted, breaking his nose.
Sure, I'll go with you. Whack.
Wow. Fascinetti said, at 2:30 this night, I was attacked by Mr. McGregor. He said, the very famous McGregor who punched me in the mouth, broke my nose in front of 10 witnesses, his friends, and his bodyguards. He attacked me without motivation as we talked for more than 2 hours and also had fun together. I could have shut up and not say anything to anyone, but since I'm here to tell it, I must say that person is really violent and dangerous. Yeah. I took a punch for nothing. That punch could go to anyone. My friends, my wife, or other friends. That's why I decided to sue Conor McGregor, because he's a violent and dangerous person.
Okay.
His wife, Wilma, said, this is Fascinetti's wife, then out of nowhere he threw a punch in the face of Francesco. He was inviting us to another party. Francesco said, okay, let's go. And he hit him. Luckily, Francesco was very close, so McGregor couldn't load up on his punch.
Every time he hears let's go, does he think that's the beginning of a fight?
It's a fight. He's like, what now? Shit, getting ready to rumble? What the fuck?
Let's go. Put him up.
Wow, that's a lot of brain damage. He said Francesco flew back, or she said, fell onto the table and then on the ground. The first thing that came to mind was, are we kidding? Is it a show? Then I was paralyzed. I turned around and saw that his friends were holding him against the wall because he wanted to continue beating Francesco. Then they took him away. I turned on the light and the guards turned them off. Francesco was bleeding. I wanted to help him and the guards chased us away. He will stay in Italy until October 26th. If you see him, stay away from him. Don't go near him and ask for autographs because he's an unstable and dangerous person.
Also, don't say let's go to him.
No let's go anywhere. January 13th, 2022, Conor McGregor's pub in Ireland is targeted with petrol bombs. So Molotov cocktails.
Firebombed it.
Yeah. No injuries or damage done, though. So he had a newly renovated Dublin pub, was targeted by criminals with a petrol bomb, with nothing. It's the Black Forge Inn, a posh night spot he's been touting on his social media channel since buying it for $2.2 million. They said that criminals made an unprovoked effort to inflict damage on the Black Forge Inn. There was no damage done to any patrons, employees, or the forge. Mr. McGregor was not on the premises at the time of the incident, and they've opened up an investigation. Blah, 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 blah.
To see if he tried to fucking Goodfellas it?
Apparently. No, there was people there. It wasn't like an after hours. They said no damage was done, and that's that. It was a place I guess he had hung out at all the time, and then he bought it and revamped it to turn it into a nightclub. Make it douchier, you know.
Yeah, make more money.
March 21st, 2022, Irish police ordered to turn over evidence in Conor McGregor's sex assault lawsuit.
Oh.
So they said that this lawsuit, they said the police have evidence that they need here. including statements, toxicology reports, closed-circuit TV footage, photographs, and all data downloads, reports, or information from any mobile phones obtained or interrogated in the courses of the investigation. So they want everything for this lawsuit. March 23rd, 2022, Conor is arrested over dangerous driving and has his 170,000 fucking euro Bentley seized.
Jesus.
I hope they used a flatbed. Can you imagine just dragging that thing off with it? No! So I would lose my mind. Wow. So he's had a lot of traffic problems. He was traveling along the N4 between Lucan and Palmerstown when he came to police attention, pulled over, and arrested for road traffic offenses. They seized the car, and then they returned it to him later, obviously. Right. But, you know, he's been charged. He was the world's highest earning athlete in 2021, by the way.
He was, yeah.
That's wild shit. I guess that whiskey deal helped him a lot. So he's on conviction. The charge of dangerous driving carries a maximum punishment of up to a 5,000 euro fine and some prison time, which he's not going to get, obviously. Sure. Yeah. He said, or his spokesman said, Mr. McGregor was driving to the gym when he was stopped for alleged road traffic violations. He passed the drug and alcohol tests taken at the station, and I guess it's a Bentley Continental GT.
That sounds nice.
It's a nice car, it sounds like. Yeah. He has been spending time there in front of the bar with the car a lot, so everybody kind of knew him in that car around there. Mm-hmm. And so, yeah, he had been fined in 2019 for driving incidents. He's not a good driver, or he's an aggressive driver, let's just say. April 7th, 2022, he faces more charges, 6 charges for alleged dangerous driving incident, the one in March that we just talked about there. So, yeah, more shit to add to the pile of shit. They said that he said, I was just on my way to the gym, man. Don't know what's going on. This is ridiculous. Mm-hmm. You should leave me alone here. He faces further charges possibly a month later. They said that in his dangerous driving prosecution. How can they keep getting more evidence in him? How fast was he going?
Piling more charges?
Did they find out he ran people over on the way to getting pulled over now? Like, I don't understand what the fuck the deal is. So they keep dragging it on, though. It's a traffic thing. Can we, even if it's criminal, it's in a fucking car and nobody's dead. Can we do something? August 3rd, 2023, he decides to make his acting debut in the Roadhouse for Prime Video, Jake Gyllenhaal led thing here.
Oh, it's coming out in 2023?
Yeah, it's going to come out. Yeah, they're redoing Roadhouse, Jimmy.
Oh my. And he's going to be a part of it.
Okay, you can't redo Roadhouse.
With Jake Gyllenhaal? Who's doing the...
The point of Roadhouse is it's a cheesy movie that stupid. People tried to do as best as possible, and it came with that vibe because that's what ended up happening, because that's what B-movies did back then.
And the only reason it's even watchable at all is because Patrick Swayze's in it, being an actually decent actor.
And some of the cheese, too. There's so much cheesiness in it, it's funny.
He's selling the stupidity of this movie.
You can't, if you're doing that again, you're doing it on purpose, and then it's not funny anymore. That's why Sharknado's not funny.
Right.
What's funny is somebody truly and genuinely trying to make something good from the bottom of their hearts and it failing miserably.
Piece of shit.
That's funny.
3 times. That's hilarious.
Yes, making a bad movie on purpose so it's funny is never funny.
No.
It's the thing. You can be there's one Tommy Wiseau. Because he's that bad.
Right.
If you try to be that bad, it isn't that funny. No. It's not that bad. No. It has to be him thinking he's doing his best. It comes out like that. That's the point.
That's great.
Can't do it. So he's going to be in that. I don't know what he's going to play. An asshole who gets beat up by a fucking bouncer. I don't know.
Jake Gyllenhaal. I hope they combine it with Brokeback and they just.
That would be great.
Jake Gyllenhaal fuck each other.
Jake Gyllenhaal fucking him in the bathroom in the Roadhouse. That'd be good shit. He joins a cast of people who I've really never heard of any of these people, so I don't know who they are.
Jake Gyllenhaal?
Yep. I don't even think he's in it. I think it's just he's behind
his movie?
He's producing it, I believe, here.
Stupid.
I don't know. Maybe he is in it. Oh, yeah. The new take follows a former UFC fighter.
Oh, boy.
Gyllenhaal. He's a former UFC fighter rather than just...
Is that Jake or is that Conor?
That's Jake. Conor's not the star. He'll be in it for 2 seconds. But that was the point of Swayze's character is you didn't know where he was from. He was mysterious. He's this guy who knows karate but also makes philosophy references. Ooh, that's the mystery.
He lives in a barn and reads. He's fucking interesting.
Wow, look at him. Does he even have electricity? Who knows if he needs it? So
he buys a piece of shit car because he knows that it's going to get vandalized. That's interesting.
That's what he's he knows. He has all spare tires already in the trunk. He's going to get him slashed. So he's a bouncer at a rough and tumble roadhouse in the Florida Keys, Jake Gyllenhaal, but soon discovers that it's a shithole there. Yeah. McGregor will be playing. We don't know what he's going to be doing, but I assume he's going to be playing. They said not himself. It's not a cameo.
Okay.
So I don't know if he's going to be another bouncer, probably, or a fighter, somebody who gets beat up. I don't know what the fuck it is.
That's coming out in August?
Oh, God, I hope not. I hope they stopped it. I really do. I hope it was fucking put on the shelf or something, because that's terrible. Stop remaking shit. You can't just make another movie about a guy who goes into a fucking bar as a bouncer and cleans it up. Why does it have to be Roadhouse again? Just make another fucking movie with different characters and a different story. You
the guy
twats.
Across the pond is annoying and loud.
Ugh. Yeah. So, August 5th, 2022, Conor McGregor is retiring from the MMA.
Oh.
He says. He's retiring. He says he's done here. He's healing from his injury, and he doesn't know. Maybe he's not retiring. I don't know. Then he says, he tweets out, MMA, I'll never forget you. Easy work. Oh, because he's from the set of Roadhouse. This is easy work. MMA, I'll never forget you. Right. Yeah. And then he says, I'll never let go, Jack. Quoting Titanic. Yeah. Like he's a movie star now. Right. You know what I mean? So he better, because he's losing fights all over the place.
Yeah.
He announced his potential retirement. He said, I'll be back, though. For the sake of humankind, I must return. Then he says, happy birthday, my man, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and ats him. Hope you and H are proud of my recovery, work, and latest move on the board. Fun times ahead. Bring it. And then there's a thing of his leg. There's a thing of him talking to Arnold Schwarzenegger here.
Is Arnold in the movie, too, or something?
No.
Why was he connected to
He
Arnold?
saw him on the street, it looks like, because there's a picture of them like talking on the street where Conor's in a wheelchair and Arnold's outside of a fucking army green Humvee. So
yeah, being Arnold.
Being Arnold. So he's retired quite a bit. 2016, 2019, 2018, 2021, a whole lot of
you
retiring.
You can't fight with a snapped ankle like that. You just
That's
can't.
Tough. You have no base of anything.
No.
January 25th, 2023, he's accused of assaulting a woman on a private yacht.
Oh, yeah.
That's
was it
nice.
$4 million?
It was $4 million yacht. He during the time he's involved in the Roadhouse filming and all that sort of thing. He's also the subject of reports of other things. One of them is this 42-year-old victim here, woman, aboard his yacht off the coast of Ibiza during the spring, Spain there. A birthday. Yeah. I'm not doing that. After party. I'm not a Basque. Why the fuck do I have to do that?
It's so dumb.
No, I'm not going to. There's one country where a lisp is acceptable on purpose. I'm not doing that. Sorry. Initial accounts from the time of the incident stated that the victim had refused to sign a formal statement with police in Spain or to identify McGregor as the perpetrator and just went home to Ireland. Then it said a woman from Ireland is now officially making a complaint in relation to an alleged assault when she was on Mr. McGregor's yacht. They said documents have been sent from Ireland to Spain, where when the woman was in Spain, she didn't sign anything because she wanted to get home. So they said Ireland and Spain are going to work together here.
Okay.
She said, apparently, that the statements of the victim, alleged victim here, said that, quote, all his behavior changed at that moment, she told officers. It was as if he was possessed. I knew that I had to get off the boat because I thought he was going to kill me. We have mutual friends and I met him numerous times. I can't believe what he did to me. He's a criminal. I think he would have killed me if I hadn't gotten off the yacht. She said that the woman was among a group of friends who attended his 34th birthday party at the Ocean Beach Club that night. After the party, she claims she and several other guests went to McGregor's yacht in the early morning hours, and they were socializing, and she said that he became hostile toward her, initially insulting her appearance, before she claims he kicked, punched, and threatened to drown her.
Oh, my.
Yeah, police reports state that she jumped off the yacht into the water where she was rescued by a Red Cross boat. She didn't say, as soon as we get to fucking shore, I'm off of this bitch.
Yeah.
She overboarded that shit and jumped off to escape him.
And the only reason she survived is because Red Cross picked her up?
Red Cross picked her up, yeah.
Holy shit.
The woman claims she suffered serious damage to her wrist when she fell after being struck by him. She also reportedly stated that her unwillingness to give a statement to authorities at the time was due to the shock and the fact that she was still wearing nothing more than a bikini and plastic booties during their questioning and just wanted to return to her hotel.
Oh, my God.
She said the local magistrate ordered the case to be reopened, and a parallel civil suit has been filed in the Irish court system. They say his lawyer said that Mr. McGregor is steadfast in his denial of all the accusations made by a guest on his boat. Yeah.
Why are there so many?
January 27, 2023, McGregor is reportedly unhurt after getting hit by a car.
Oh?
Yeah, he's hit by a car. He said.
Oh, well, he's riding a bike.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
He got Stephen King. He said, got a bang of a car just now from behind. A sun trap. The driver couldn't see me. Full speed straight through me. Thank God it wasn't my time. Thank you, wrestling and judo also. Having an awareness on the landing saved my life. Well, yeah.
And the guy picked him up and took him to the hospital.
And then Conor McGregor attacked him and punched him in the nose and tried to rape his wife. No, I'm just kidding. So McGregor said, all good, mate, all good. Don't worry about it. He could be heard telling the driver of the car in a video recorded. Mate, that's I could have been dead there. Look. And McGregor said, what's your name, my man? And then the guy said, Nick. And he said, Nick just smashed me with his car. We have the bike in the back. This is Nick, and he just smashed me with his car.
There's my bike. Do you see it mangled?
Jesus Christ. January 29th, 2023, woman who accused Conor McGregor of assault has her car set on fire in Dublin.
Oh, that seems far too convenient.
That's very nice. It's the yacht lady here.
Yep.
They said they're investigating a suspected criminal damage by fire incident that occurred at 10 p.m. January 19th here. They said no injuries were reported during the course of this incident. No arrests have been made. It's ongoing. Jesus Christ, that is fucking crazy. Come on, man. February 16th, 2023, Conor McGregor's accuser's home is targeted this time again. Now, this is wild. They're investigating an incident from earlier where a brick was thrown through her window. Mm-hmm. Her car was set on fire the month before. It occurred outside the same residence where the brick was thrown through the window.
Feels like they know where she lives.
Feels like, she might need to move here. So he still says, I don't know nothing about nothing, man. February 23rd, 2023, lawsuit over the yacht assault is dropped.
If that keeps my house intact and my car from being on fire?
I was going to say, somebody must have paid somebody something also here. So between money and pressure, who knows? But that's just, our opinion. We don't fucking know.
I don't know. I'm not there.
They said they dropped it, and they said that the plaintiff reported several acts of destruction against her property, including the brick being thrown through the window and everything like that. But they said, don't worry about it. We're fine. McGregor's all good.
Wow.
He's good now. March 29th, 2023. Conor hints at what he could do in retirement. Seems like he's pretty much retired at this point.
It feels like it, yeah.
Yeah, he said that he's going to come back with another fight here. He's going to go fight in the octagon again.
Really?
Yes, he is. He's going to fight somebody in late 2023 is what he's talking about here. His retirement plans, though, he said to go out and do a little side quest, seeking to get some boxing dollars and the rest of it. And he said, no, not for me. The UFC is the pinnacle, and it's the company I love. It's a company I wish to be with this company for the rest of my career. I hope we can continue. And he said, what do I hope for in the world? I hope for 100 fights. I hope for 100 more fights. Wow. I've been having this on-off nonsense for too long. Via fight politics, via injuries, via just life. It does happen. It's God's plan. It's all God. So I accept and understand it. But I'm excited and hopeful that I can get a nice consecutive run of bouts.
Okay.
It's all ready to go. So that's all nice and dandy. Then, just recently, June 9th, 2023, he's at the NBA Finals.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, man. I guess the Miami Heat signed up their mascot to take a punch from McGregor during the game.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, this is what we're going to do. It's a show.
Halftime.
Halftime show. Yeah. McGregor is promoting his pain relief spray. But there is a thing in wrestling called a working punch.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Where it looks good, but it's not a real punch. He just punched this poor fucking guy.
Drilled him.
These mascots are just gymnasts. That's who they are. They're not guys who are used to taking punches in the face, let's just say. They're not guys who get in a lot of bar fights.
Right.
Athletic, but in a way where
athletic.
they can do backflip. And I'm sure you're going to tell me some fucking, I get it. Some mascot was actually, I understand. For the most part, though.
It's safe athletic.
Yes, it's a different story. No one's usually hitting him, but he hit this mascot with a hard left hook, sent him sprawling to the floor, and then landed another punch.
Yes.
That's the fucked up part. He hit him
the
again.
One that's like, what are you doing, man?
While the guy's on the ground, while spraying his pain relief product on him as he was dragged away. There you go, fucker, as he's spraying the shit after he just knocked him cold.
Where then they grabbed his legs, drug him off the court, put him on a stretcher, took him to the hospital, where he got actual pain medication.
Yes. It's fucking crazy. So it was a pre-rehearsed skit.
Yeah, right.
I mean, he could have not done this.
Right. And he blasted him.
To me, this is just my opinion, but I really felt like he said, if I hit this guy and he doesn't go down like I want him to go down, I look like a pussy.
Right.
Even though everyone knows that it's fake and I'm not really fighting the mascot, I got to knock his ass out so everyone knows that that's what happens when you. I feel like that's what it was. Ego.
The guy in that suit is gonna go down. He knows the drill. He knows what he's supposed to do. Yeah.
That's why in wrestling, when you fake hit somebody, they act like you hit them, so you don't have to really hit them. That's the point.
He'll sell it, I promise.
He'll fucking sell it, and apparently, he's punched the team mascot. That's wild, man. That is fucking insane. So that comes out. That was out for a day or two.
Yeah.
And we all laughed and went, "Oh, what a jackass! Jesus Christ!"
Can you believe it?
Then a couple days later, it comes out that he's also accused of violently sexually assaulting a woman in the bathroom on the same night.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. Dude, all right. I don't know whether he did this or not or any of this, but everybody's description of what he does is he's fine, he's normal, everything is fine, and then he just
snaps
and switches it off and does whatever the fuck he wants. And is it brain damage? What's wrong with this fucking guy?
That screams of CTE.
Is it on purpose? Is it his way of trying to get attention?
That, yeah, but the fucking horrifying part, the disturbing and flag raising part is that when he does snap, it's aimed at very vulnerable people.
Whoever's nearby.
No, it's not.
Doesn't even matter.
Yeah, I guess it is because he hit that DJ.
Whoever's in arm's
that was a dude.
length,
Yeah,
the old guy at the bar, anybody.
Yeah.
And they all said the same thing. Like the guy, the bar thing was like
fine.
1 minute he's fine, next minute he's punching. The DJ we were hanging out for 2 hours. He said, "Hey, want to come to this party?" I said, "Yeah, sure." And then he starts beating the shit out of me.
And the girl, she had drinks with him, and then he asks for something. She says no, and then he snaps and he turns into something else. Where he's choking and picking people off the ground by their fucking neck.
It's crazy. So apparently the accusations here is that this victim was separated from her friend by Heat and NBA security, where she was forced into a bathroom inside the arena. Then McGregor emerged from a stall, came out, she said, and forcibly kissed her. Well, she was kept inside the bathroom by security guards that wouldn't also allow anyone else inside. They closed it off. After the woman was able to get away from McGregor by saying she had to pee, that was her thing. Let me pee first. Then she said that McGregor forced her to perform oral sex on him.
Oh my.
McGregor's then accused of grabbing her, pinning her against the wall, and attempting to rape her.
Mm-hmm.
So she was able to escape, she says, by elbowing him multiple times, but left her purse behind, which she claims that McGregor's security guards, quote, held hostage.
Oh, boy.
So then she allegedly got her purse back and reported the incident to authorities, And so that's where it stands right now is there's an accusation. A video just came out of her going into the bathroom, and I believe with him, going into the bathroom with him and security. So they don't know if her initial, they don't know if the initial report of what she said was actually what she said, of whether she was forced in there and then he came out of an emerging thing, or if that's not actually what she said, or if this is proof that what she says is a lie. We don't know. So at this point, it's still up in the air. We have no fucking idea.
The initial story is like frightening, like being the piece of steak that they throw into a lion cage.
Yeah,
and then
like
the lion comes out to get it.
What am I doing in the bathroom? And then you hear like click, like the stall door unlock and it opens, and there's Conor McGregor, and you don't know if he's going to rape you or punch you.
Right.
That's fucking scary. So his career earnings here, when he joined UFC in 2013, he had made about $76,000 so far.
Yeah.
That's what he had made. Beating Jose Aldo for the featherweight title, he took home $580,000 for that, which is, if you won a featherweight title in boxing, you'd take home a shitload more than that.
Yeah, a whole bunch more.
Against Nate Diaz, he made $1 million for the first fight and $3 million for the second fight. So then he had some negotiating power. Beating Eddie Alvarez for the UFC lightweight title and becoming double champion, he earned between $5 and $7 million. He had to have Dana by the balls. That's the only way he could do it. Competing in a boxing bout, he made $100 million against Floyd Mayweather, who made $400 million. And McGregor made about $3 million against Khabib, and then he made a guaranteed $5 million against Cerrone. That was just to get him in the building, so people would buy the fucking fight. And then in a rematch against Poirier, he made $5 million. He took home $200,000 the first time they fought in 2014. Now it's $5 million. And in the one where he got injured and fucked his leg up, he got another $5 million.
Jesus.
So he on the list of 50 highest paid athletes of all time, he ranks 33rd all time with $530 million.
And that takes into account the whiskey.
I believe so. Outside of fighting, McGregor has made about $600 million following the sale of his majority stake there. So yeah, they say his net worth now is about $200 million. He's doing pretty well for himself.
Is he?
Yeah, $200 million bucks. That's after taxes and everything.
Oh yeah. If he's got that, that's fantastic.
If he's got liquid $200 million, or in assets, holy shit, that's doing fucking incredible. He says, here's a quote from Conor.
Oh boy.
You stare at your past and you'll end up staying there. You sleep on a win and you'll wake up with a loss.
Okay.
You punch an Italian guy in the face, you'll end up with a lawsuit. So that, everybody, is Conor McGregor.
Oh my!
And obviously he's been, well, not since we started, because when we started he wasn't really on the radar of crime and sports. But as we've been going, we've been tons of people like, he's marinating, guys. He's maturing. Yeah. Look at it. It's happening. It's happening. We're going to get an episode. And I'm going to go out on a limb here and say the race for the most likely to have a second episode Scummy Award
third.
Third. Well, I meant just second visitation between him and Gervonta Davis is going to come right down to the wire.
Neck and
neck. It might be a tie. We don't know.
I'm going to go out on a whim and say, on a limb, not on a whim. Who goes out on a whim? What?
You can go out on a whim. Why not?
Let's go out on a whim.
I went out just on a whim. I went out. Let's go. No, don't punch me.
I think Conor McGregor goes to prison one day, like for a very long time.
It's going to have to be not in Ireland, I feel like, because in Ireland,
they just firebomb people that say he did shit.
Plus, everything that happens there, he can pay the people off, and then, oh, no, he's fine now. Ireland is a very small country.
Yeah.
You can't think of Ireland like the U.S. Like, there's not a lot of people in Ireland. It's a very small country. Dublin's a big city. There's a couple other little cities, and then it's not a lot going on over there.
It's Colin Farrell and Conor McGregor. That's it.
If you have worldwide fame and $200 million, you can get a lot of shit done there and get yourself out of a lot of trouble, I feel like. So, I don't know. If he ends up over here, who knows? Maybe he might end up in prison.
That shit was in Denver. Who knows?
Gervonta Davis has no cover in Baltimore, is all I know. He's not. So he's going to end up in prison probably at some point. Plus, he gets hit in the head more.
But Conor's he snaps.
Oh, he's nuts. He's fucking nuts.
He snaps and does bad shit.
So,
and that's too many accusations of inappropriate
of the same
with
snapping.
Your dick out. Yeah.
dicks out, punching people. It's always the same stories with him. So that's very similar. Boy. And they always have the same details, which is similar too. So if you like that story, tell the world about it. Tell everybody about it, except for Conor McGregor. Yeah, tell him I don't give a fuck. Fuck him.
Especially if we're in the same town. I don't want to be around.
Yeah, I'm not from Ireland. I don't care. No one's going to firebomb my house. So it's all good here. Do it, whatever you're on, Apple Podcasts, Audible, this one, that one. Leave a review. It really does help drive us up the charts. Tell your friends about Crime and Sports, too. Tell people you know, post about it. Spread the word of Crime and Sports and the Crime and Sports movement. Bring it and do it. Let's go, everybody, as Conor McGregor will hear and start throwing punches. Do that. Also, definitely follow us on social media at Crime and Sports on Facebook and Twitter, at Small Town Murder on Instagram. Certainly head over to shutupandgivememurder.com, which is our website. You're going to get everything there. First of all, tons of merchandise and tickets to live shows for Small Town Murder for the rest of this year. If you haven't been to a live show, it's not some lecture about a murder. It is a comedy show where a murder takes place, and there's pictures and all sorts of fun stuff and visual jokes and a lot of good shit. So check that out. A lot sold out. August the 12th is the only date in this summer with tickets left here. So August the 12th, Chicago, get your tickets. We're going to do a Chicago-only live show. Yeah. And we cannot wait. It'll be our biggest show ever if you come large for Chicago. And then for the rest of the year, we still have the only dates that aren't sold out. Dallas in December. We got Charlotte, Philly, and a few tickets left in D.C. and Atlanta, too, as well. So get your tickets to those today and get it out and come see us. Shutupandgivememurder.com. You definitely also want Patreon.
Oh, boy, do you.
If you even like this show a little bit, you will love Patreon. Let me tell you something. Anybody it's fun. Anybody $5 a month or above, you are going to get access to not only everything we put out on Patreon, the whole back catalog, couple hundred episodes, bonus episodes that are on there, back catalog to check on, and new ones every other week.
You bet.
This week is no different. For this week, you're going to get for Crime and Sports, we're going to talk about a fun subject, just something fun and silly. Players who like to pay for sex.
Right.
So we're going to find some of the more embarrassing busts. As an athlete, it's always embarrassing to get arrested if you're famous, but when your dick's out, way more embarrassing. Anytime you get arrested with your dick out and a stranger in the car, much more embarrassing. So we'll talk about that. Then for Small Town Murder, we have more fucking crazy shit to talk about. It's finally time for Casey Anthony.
Let's discuss her.
Let's discuss her, and we'll go through all of her lies and then tell me how innocent she is, because it's not. She ain't fucking innocent, man. No. I'm telling you. She, we'll get into it during the show, but wow, I've never seen a liar quite like Casey Anthony before.
Adjudicated not guilty, but innocent? Oh, I don't believe it.
Wow. And liar to the extreme.
Oh,
never
boy.
Heard of it. Her lies are amazing. They're like a 4-year-old. So we'll talk about that. Shutupandgivememurder.com. And you know what else you get?
Oh, I
do. When you do that, you get a shout out at the end of the show. When's that shout out take place?
Now.
Right now. Jimmie, hit me with this list of shout outs. I can't even get it out. Let's go. Here, there you go.
DJ.
Like an Italian DJ who I've just asked to come to a party. Let's do it, Jimmie. Let's go. Hit me with him right now.
This week's executive producer, Melinda O'Connor, and her shattered ankle. She's having fusion surgery done. Jesus.
Feel better. Shit.
Good luck, Melinda. I can't imagine.
You and Conor McGregor.
Yeah, her Conor McGregor ankle. Adam Kanapakis and Holly Winter. They're celebrating 15 years together. 15.
Hey, congrats.
I could only do 9, and then I checked out. Emily Slack, happy birthday, Emily. Benjamin Sierra Matitero. No.
Benjamin's got an Italian last name Jimmie can't pronounce.
Benny C. Happy birthday,
Benny C. Happy B. Happy BD.
Benny C. HPD. Better than HPV. All right. Carrie McCall Cameron with no last name. Or maybe it's Cameron, that 90s R&B singer. Lori and
it's always possible.
Lori, the Stanley Cup champion Las Vegas Knights fan. Thank you so much, Lori. That was very nice of you. Other producers this week are the Scarlet Whore Beast III. Happy birthday. Janice Hill, and Alexandra Jones, happy birthday. Sabrina,
Happy
the
birthday.
phone sex operator. Look at that. I don't know if that's true. Rosanitis, sufferers everywhere unite. May you regain the power to stop sniffing bases. Gary remembered that last week. Somebody's last name was Rosanitis, and I said it was something about a baseball disease. Yeah. Eaton Areola is a great dude. Over there just eating on All right. Matt Earn.
Chomping on nips.
Ridiculous. Matt Ernie, maybe. I don't know. Sarah Crystal, Dan McNeil, Jason Sprague, Lynn Bollinger, Rebecca Minich, Wes Rurzenzinski. Holy fuck. Dan Herb, Will DeLulo, Maria Abracadabra, Abarca, Liberty Ray, Amanda Stewart, Alexi with no last name, Amy Pickney, Candace Merricks, A.M., Cody Giberson, Chrissy Walker, Casey Martin, Melissa Blue, Joseph Gill, Sarah Lloyd, user 123445, Kim Kopnak, Tiffany Webster, Lisa Wise, Eric Lazowski, Susie with no last name, Nicole Lemke, Arlo Vincent, Cade Bramlett, Sarah Almy, Victoria Harlow, Elizabeth Sturchelli. All right. Mama of 4 Beatles, Elizabeth Stockton, Rachel Quintero, Azalea Selden, Caitlin McAfee, Caitlin, nope, that's Kathleen Hernandez, Devin Buckley, Randall Thielmeyer. I'll never get this right. Cheryl with no last name, Emily Hastings, Briar Lee McClure, Anusha Storage, Jay Holt, NHI, Nee, maybe, Nguyen, Sloan H, Trevin Winters, Megan Swanson, Zach Wall, Samantha Miles, Amy Colby, Madison Reed, Beth Leggett, John Butler, Levi with no last name, Anthony Rodriguez, M. Ford 82, Donna Davis, Dominic Brown, Gary Mazeros, Kimberly Merlot, Anna B, Becky with no last name, Denise Danker, Paisley and Voodoo, Andrew the old Scottish cunt, Moore, Haley Boris. Oh, boy. Chris Deloder. Colin Rustin, Megan Cannon, Brandon, no last name, Brianna Suarez, Ronnie with no last name, Anissa Williams, Anissa? No, it's Anissa. I'll bet it is. All right. Peyton Stoppel, Spencer Helzebeck, Maria Lenz, Diana Zagardoz, what is this? Kasten Johnson. I know that person. That person's on Instagram or something. I know that name. Tony DeAndrea. Bailey Dutter. Amy Stokes. David Kuhlman. Cool man. Joseph Pendergast. Daniel Hamilton. Deja Arnold. Lori Snyder. Bobby Sue Prouse. Liz Hinchgen. Sean Stacy, Chelsea Brown, Godot not found, Mickey Pizek. Fuck. Rachel Richardson, Brenda Smith, Lilu Dallas, Melissa Flieger, Jessica Paulson, Mr. Gamer Man, Shane Trim, Eva Scott, Eva maybe, Patrick Flynn, Millie Sauber, Thomas Walker, Kara Flower, Floffer. Mindy Winter, Sammy Wiles maybe, Emily Beaver, Bevan, Maurice Lewis.
You're having a field day today.
Julie Stanger, Melissa Dawson, Time Traveler Tim, Scott Hill, Nomi with no last name, Brandy Greenside, Catherine Collins, Mark Turner, BM Weiss, Shelley Ray, Brett Snyder, Daniel Mantalas, Stephen Davis, Jeanette Candy, Mike Aaron, Drew with no last name, Melissa Kettner, Catherine Barber, T. Horvath, Killian Casey, Alex with no last name, Heather Engelman, TJ Clementi, Nate Moeller, Brett Osborne, Thomas Arose, Tate Tata Kempf, Lynn File, Kibler? I don't know. Amanda Anderson, Mitchell Corwin, Stacy Schenkel, Travis Arunda maybe, Lauren Hansen, Brittany Hayun, Lewis. It's Luis Blake. Lewis Blake. April Morgan. James Galatzer. Christy Hayes. Steve Mazzotti. Jen Anderson. Ebony Sam. Alyssa Soriano. Jessica Reed. Jenny Murky. Caitlin Zemla. Tracy Thompson. Heidi Lewis Millard. Dogbite 409. Old white guy. That's me. Josh with no last name. Jim Good. See you next Tuesday, pod. Krista Rutmanis. John Lang, Kristen Kakos maybe, Julie Showalter, Elizabeth of Alabama, Randall Williams, Savannah with no last name, and Maria Amado. Listen, and all of our patrons, you guys are amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everybody. From the bottom of our hearts, thanks for all that you do for us.
Yeah.
And we will keep pumping out the good Patreon stuff. It will never end, so we hope that your support will never end as well.
Right.
So thank you for all that you do for us. If you want to get a hold of us as people, as individuals, very easy to do that. Head over to shutupandgivememurder.com. There's a list with all the links. You can click on them, find us there. Find anything you want that has to do with the show. Keep coming back week after week. You can't get rid of us, goddammit. Live from the Crime and Sports Studios. We will see you next week. If you like crime and sports, you can listen early and ad-free now by joining Wondery Plus in the Wondery app or on Apple Podcasts. Prime members can listen early and ad-free on Amazon Music. Before you go, tell us about yourself by filling out a short survey at Wondery.com/survey.
A few miles from the glass spires of Midtown Atlanta lies the South River Forest. In 2021 and 2022, the woods became a home to activists from all over the country who gathered to stop the nearby construction of a massive new police training facility, nicknamed Cop City.
At approximately 9 o'clock this morning, as law enforcement was moving through various sectors of the property, an individual, without warning, shot a Georgia State Patrol trooper.
This is We Came to the Forest, a story about resistance.
The abolitionist mission isn't done until every prison is empty and shut down.
Love and fellowship.
It was probably the happiest I've ever been in my life.
And the lengths we'll go to protect the things we hold closest to our hearts. Follow We Came to the Forest on the Wondery app or wherever you get your podcasts. You can binge all episodes of We Came to the Forest early and ad-free right now by joining Wondery Plus.